here we go. Now, guys, the question, is anybody going to be using a slightly different costume? Oh, no, okay, we're going to let it rock. So on the left, we've got the more bionic costume coming out of Hijinks, and on the right, we've got Jukes with the jacket. Jacket Jukes.
No sweat.
Easy enough. Taking his turn right back right there. And pressuring in. Again, like I said, pay close attention to who's spending the bar. Oh, wow, what a duck and punish.
Oh yeah, immediate breakaway. But that is one nice thing about the jacket combos is that oftentimes when you break away during them, she just gets oaky, and there's so much of the combo is already unbreakable because usually keeps you grounded either with a kind of long grease kick or just by blasting you with the air blast. And so you're already taking a ton of damage. And there we go. Now you just don't have any defensive bar for any other openings.
It's a real rangy style so far. Okay, Jukes finding the opening for himself. Getting legit damage into the pressure. Oh, but didn't believe in the rest.
Oh, but that's not going to matter. Oh, wow, manages to get out. But yeah, avoiding any of that damage over time on the ground is so difficult. Even if you can fly in the air, eventually it's going to be so easy to just accidentally land on it. Of course, again, for people maybe not as familiar with how this character works, she's got the command jump, nice crushing blow. And then she's also got the damage over time. When you stand in it, when the flames are on the floor, you do it just take so much damage. You just melt.
That's super fast. If you get hit by it, then you'll take a little bit of damage over time. But the stuff you really got to watch out for is that thing on the ground right there. That is trouble.
As I like to call it, the goo.
As you can see, she has this angle on that actually deals with her own leap at this specific range pretty well. Once you're up close, yeah, you'll see people get the party started. This is where it needs to be.
Oh. Yeah, a little bit of like kind of weird like lack of confidence there. Didn't go for the ending of the combo fully. Did go for the media afterwards, but then again just didn't fully commit to it. And now gonna take so much damage in this corner, and yeah, it's gonna be so difficult. There pretty much was no way to avoid death right there. Really a checkmate situation. And so this is already looking like it's gonna be a close set.
Got Juice starting out. Okay, wow, okay, interactable usage. Just like that, taking the corner. Out of the corner. And directly away. If you'll notice, she has to spend defensive meter. Oh, what a duck! What? Not punished at all!
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Not the grenade instead of, I don't know, forward one or something, whatever it was.
Yeah, it had to be forward one. When you're crouching and then you do forward one, sometimes you accidentally get kind of like this down forward one, quarter circle forward one, and you just get that projectile. Huge punish. That is a really rough way to start things off. And look at this. Now, this is probably going to be in the corner. Yeah, not even a chance to break, and that's game number one going to Jukes.
Woo.
Ew, what a mess.
Again, coming into this, we talked about this earlier. Jukes is really confident, and why not? He has, according to him, only lost one time in tournament in this mirror match to Hijinks. We know that when they played at Champions of the Realms, it was Jukes taking it 3-0. So, you know, coming into this looking good right there. There was definitely some back and forth and a little bit of, I don't know, nerves or dropping stuff here and there. But you can definitely see overall that Jukes able to make what he wanted to have happen more often.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's such a weird matchup too, because something that we did see a lot is the fact that the corner is gigantic. Pretty much in any matchup where where Jackie's on either side, the corner is huge. But also Jackie herself has more ways to get out of the corner than most other characters. So there's this weird leapfrog game that makes it feel like it almost doesn't matter which side you're on until you guarantee that you get some pressure in the corner. And it seemed like Jukes, honestly, in both sides, managed to hold that corner pretty well in multiple occasions.
Yeah, again, it's all about playing at that range. There's that range where it's hard for Jackie to jump easily, but if you want to control that spot, you can. But if you'd like to play the more offensive style, you can absolutely do that too.
Yeah, we are seeing them kind of both go back to like the zoning game when they can, and it's just finding that one single opening. And like you said, that arc is just so good at stopping the leap from the opposing Jackie. So it's actually a little bit even like safer than it is in a lot of other matchups. But yeah, what it really comes down to, I think, is the aggression. And when they find that moment to either like dash through, or just get over one of the low shots.
Oh, Hijinks stepping in. No, they confirm. Didn't have bar. Oh, very dangerous! Oh, look at Hijinks just blocking it out! Trying to block it out! Overhead's there! The damage over time's enough!
Oh, that was super guaranteed as well. I think technically you could try to roll out of it, but I mean, there's just no way to get in. You're not going to really be able to make the comeback. Oh, no full conversion! But here we go, another chance in the corner. Didn't spend any more bar than that, but just taking so much damage from the damage over time on the ground, but that's a great anti-air.
Here's Hijinks now, taking some turns, finds it. Jukes in trouble, no defensive bar to break away from these things. And that was a lot of life. I mean, honestly, to lose in a situation like that, you just are stuck blocking for a while. Everything does chip damage in this game, and on top of that, you're cooking anyway.
Yeah, and with that jab string that we're seeing so much out of Jackie, the 1-1-2, it's like multiple hits. There's so much that you can do off of it, and you just slowly take damage. Oh, slowly, which adds up very quickly. Ooh. But here we go. This might be a fatal blow. Gonna confirm, definitely. You do not want to take any sort of chances when you have that amount of HP. And now it's looking like Jukes wanting to take... Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was the other way around. Oh no, Jukes is on the left now. Oops. Yeah, so Jukes taking 2 games straight. I'm getting confused with the mirror already. Talking about all these characters leapfrogging over each other, it is very tough. But yeah, that was Jukes with the jacket. And now he's going to be going up 2-0. Like you said, looking confident.
Yeah, I like a lot of it so far. Again, there are times when he's patient and doesn't feel like he needs to go in, but we also saw times when he picked the perfect moments. There is a specific spot, as you can see, where if you do the far leap, you can actually get over the arc, right? He did that one time. He pressured really well in the corner. He did have a defensive series as well, where he was stuck blocking for a while, and that was okay, just because he knew exactly what was going to be coming up next. You can see, again, the history here is absolutely behind Jukes, and the way that it's going right now is much the same.
Yeah, and still not seeing any sort of changes. Oftentimes we do see kind of like I don't want to say a desperation pick, but like a last chance pick in the third match. But it does look like we're just going to be sticking with it, having confidence. Like I said, this is a very volatile, explosive matchup, so it could really, it could turn around very, very fast.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the confidence just to kind of stick with your guns. Of course, again, Hijinks, second place in the Pro Competition North American East bracket, which was the North American East Finals. And that is huge because that is considered by many to be, at least one of the most stacked regions in all of the pro competition. So to be able to, kind of get this strong 2-0 Jukes, it's just very, very impressive to me.
Yeah, I've seen Hijinks take out extremely strong players, no doubt about it. But in this particular mirror match, again, there are players who feel confident in their mirror match, and you can see that from Jukes. Looking for the read. We actually have seen a couple of times of Jukes guessing right on whether to break away or not.
Yeah, that's the guess of the down 2 right there. You still get the full damage, even if they do break away. But yeah, great choice not to break away there.
Right.
Ooh, no conversion. There's been a lot of times where kind of both of these players have landed hits and then just not been either ready to convert, ready to hit confirm, or they just didn't feel like it was going to hit, and so they just continue their pressure. But I think maybe a little bit more confidence on either side could help.
Woo. The text there, and here's what I'm talking about with Jukes. And again, exactly at the right spot. He had controlled that anti-air, and then he backed out of it so where he could cut in.
Yeah, you've mentioned it multiple times, but that's been just such a huge amount of damage. And it really all it takes is one hit, and you know what? That's one hit right there. I think this should be enough. It's going to be close. It scales just a little bit off the jab string, but really not all that much. And of course with 950 HP, yeah, that last hit is going to be enough. And so we are going to see at least one round here going to Hijinks.
Fight!
One of the few times when Hijinks has been tepid at that situation, and Jukes moved forward through it. Oh, but drop!
Yeah.
That anti-air, though.
Oh, yeah. There's so many good options. We've seen the down one as the anti-air. We've seen the down, or stand one as the anti-air. Jackie actually one of the characters that's the best in the game at converting from anti-airs. Her down 2 recovering super quickly, and her forward 3 being great, but all this corner pressure. All right, now he's going to have a chance to reverse. Needs to just take this to the win. Oh, but that's not the way, and that's almost going to be it. In fact, it is, yeah. You can try to jump out, but eventually, you're going to end up in the damage over time.
Oh, that's going to be match point for Jack and Jukes. Neither one wants to be in there. Oh my god, look at all that stage just boiling.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just the first person to move in is just not a good thing. But, it's really scary to walk yourself to the corner, because now look at this. Oh no, if that wasn't the drop. Oh, no punish
not
either.
There.
This is a sprint.
Stabbing in. Okay, the grab, they haven't worked out very often, but Jukes is back in there.
Yeah, that back throw giving really good Oki. Forward throw not as much, but that's why it's so scary, because now you have to guess between them. And again, gonna get at least a meaty here. Good plus frames.
Yep, taking advantage of it with the overhead. And we got Jukes on a big life lead right now, but maybe not for long. Hijinks is here, out of there, did not want to get the KB. Oh. Stepping in again. No offensive bar, unfortunately for Hijinks, who's now in big trouble. 2 offensive bars on Jukes' side, and he's going to take it just like he did in Champion of the Realms. 3-0 to move on and put himself in winners finals.
Wow, that was a really dominant set. I mean, you know, we've seen Hijinks a lot. We've seen really both of these players a lot, but Hijinks, I would say, one of the players who's entered some of the most amount of online tournaments over the past year and has done so extremely well in a lot of them. And it's very surprising to see, you know, such a one-sided matchup here, because really both of these players have had some very similar results, I would say, overall. But I think it just comes down to the fact that, you know, you mentioned it before, Juke's looking very confident and saying that he's very confident in the matchup, and I mean that just shown through perfectly. It's one of those matchups that you just have to know. You know, if you're going to play a popular character, you have to know the mirror perfectly, and Jukes definitely has put a lot of time into it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hijinks come back in loser's side. You know, if you're somebody who's watching this who hasn't seen these players very often before, yeah, you're right to talk up Hijinks, I think, a lot. I just think that it's that particular maybe character and player matchup that's tough for him, but of course we've seen him go really, really far in other events and absolutely still could. But is going to be in loser's side now. So we're going to go over to the other side of winners, where Hayate and Ninja Killer are going to be setting up. That will be the next match.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. I think that's probably the matchup that people are most excited for going into the very first round of this top 8, just because, like I said, these players are so well known. Actually, really, I would say both of them making their name in Mortal Kombat X, but for very different reasons, right? Okay. Hayate making it in the kind of like the prime original days of Mortal Kombat X, being known as like one of the great Ronin Takedas, but then Ninja Killer being known like long after MKX was in its prime, you know, into even like the days of Mortal Kombat 11 being known as like, hey, this player is still really good at MKX, or even Injustice 2. And then they're like, well, are they good at other games? And then it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, yes, extremely good at every single thing. I think it doesn't matter what game you put in front of Ninja Killer. I would probably say that it's probably, they could probably have a good chance to beat anybody at any game if they put the time into it.
Yeah, he's just one of those real genius players. You watch him play, and it's just a textbook on how to approach something in the games that he knows well, whether, yeah, it's MKX or whether it's this one. I felt it was so silly before MK11 came out that people were like, oh, will this player who's so dominant in MKX be good in another video game? Of course, yes, of course, for sure. So, you know, as you're watching, he's going to be up against a player who's extremely smart, fantastic footsies in Hayate, very smart player. But yeah, watch Ninja Killer and see all the juice that he wrings from some of these situations. I feel like he gets the most out of some of these like very tech heavy, you have to be super prepared kind of situations than anybody else. It's all that to me is what is always super impressive. He has everything, right? He's got all the things you need to be a top level fighting game player, but that the preparedness, the absolute like tech preparation, and then actually doing it in big matches is something that he does better than almost anybody.
Yeah, I think it's incredible that we've seen stuff that Ninja Killer has done as like specific punishes that people have literally not done consistently to this day, and he was doing them back at even like actually a great example is CEO, right? The very first CEO of this game's life. I'm not sure which year that was, but it was when I always remember this when it was Ninja Killer when he was playing up against Tweety, and Tweety did the ice projectiles from Frost, and Ninja Killer immediately first time knew exactly how to like block two of them, like flawless block two of them, and then like jump over and get the full punish. And literally to this day, I have not seen anybody else do that. It's not like Frost is a popular character, but one attempt in the top 8 of a tournament at like the highest level of pressure, and Ninja Killer's like, yeah, that's cool, easy. Or like the Cetrion punishes on when everybody was just doing block strings in a barrier all day. You could not do that against Ninja Killer at all. He was doing like 1-2 punishes on it 100% of the time when other people were like are still struggling to do that when they see it. So yeah, it's just one of those players like just all the little things, all the tiny little like mechanics are just unbelievable.
For sure, extremely impressive player, no doubt about it. Also want to let you know that one of the supporters here for EVO is something that is very close to my heart, and that is Hitbox. I've been playing on Hitbox and related stuff for many years at this point. They've been around for a decade, and one of the games that they first had a big impact in actually was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 9. Players had a huge impact with Hitbox, let me tell you. Please check them out, hitboxarcade.com/EVO. For me, it's the best. That control, I have my own physical issues, right? That's true, but for me, that way of playing is I feel the most optimal. Please check it out.
Yeah, that's You know, anytime you bring up the past, of course, I'm gonna always go into nostalgia mode. But that certainly is true. Thinking of like the hitbox cabals and such back in the day, that was that was certainly something. But actually, I just got a hitbox myself, so yeah, definitely check that out. But I'm like I said, I'm very excited for this next match. It's I mean, it's so high profile. You know, I was talking about of course we were talking about Ninja Killer for a long time, but Hayate, of course, our only representative coming out of Canada for this top 8, which is really, I mean, you know, really he's been one of the strongest representatives out of Canada for years and years now for the NRS scene, and he's just so good at finding kind of like his own unique niche, right? Like early in Mortal Kombat 11 was known as a very, very strong Aaron Black player. There aren't as many Aaron Black players now, because that was a pretty ridiculous iteration of the character for a while, but he moved over to play another character, which is Fujin. And of course, if anybody hasn't seen much Fujin, which I think a lot of people haven't, Fujin, one of the more technical characters in the game, I think one of the coolest characters, and a character that people have considered to be top tier for a very long time. Did you hear that? It said Fujin as soon as I was talking about him. But not a lot of players good at this character. Not a lot of people have put in the time to be able to do all the stuff that a player like Hayate can. And we said we didn't know who Ninja Killer was going to pick. It looks like it might be the Lu.
Yeah, and that would make sense. It's the character that he's best known for in olden times. The reason I wasn't so sure is that I've seen him play other characters, and I just haven't seen him play a lot in tournaments at all, so I didn't want to bet on it, but not at all surprised to see the Liu Kang come out for him here. So Lu versus Fujin. Yeah, Fujin is such a movement-heavy character, and that's one of the things I like about him the most. Very, very fun to watch. Back and forth in the sky, running all over the place, and he can really be wherever he wants to be. At the same time, Lu, still super strong, has a lot of control, mid-range, zoning, up close. Very scary character in the third round, especially once the KBs are ready to go.
Oh yeah, the crushing blows are huge. One of the best characters in the game at using them. I would say like top 3 in the game at using them. Gets the whip punish. Speaking of the crushing blows, starting off with really one of the strongest crushing blows in the game. If you land that in the corner and your execution's good enough, which we know Ninja Killer's is, that is just nasty damage. But there we go. Again, getting a little bit of conversion, actually, not the full thing. Now it's going to be Hayate with a chance.
Yeah, there's a little bit of the movement we were talking about for Fujin. Watch as he block dashes around. Again, he can move very, very fast.
Yeah.
Pick where he wants to be, backwards, forwards.
Oh, that's going to be that. Yeah, didn't even need to spend the bar. Actually, you know, had he been able to spend the bar, it might have been a little bit more advantageous because he could have built up one more for the crushing blow later on, and he would have built back most of it during the kind of like round break anyway. Oh, checking with the fireball. That's something that Ninja Killer is very, very good at. Is knowing how to use these fireballs. Oh, wow, ducked it, but no full punish. I think he tried to back one maybe a little bit too early. Maybe got like forward one or something like that. But unfortunately, just no punish.
It's that slow approach here versus the zoning. Get the knockdown spent bar on it, so it does do damage. And now it becomes Fujin's range. No, he backs off just a little bit. Ninja Killer very solid at that spot.
Yeah, not afraid at all. I mean, this is scary. This is a character that can move forward so quickly, but Ninja Killer just confident that he has the right reads in these fireball wars. This is very, like, I don't even know what to call it. This is like, oh, okay. Yeah, just not finding a big opening. And again, these wind pushes just don't do any damage. You do a little bit for the amplify, but it's very, very small amount. It's not going to be winning the trades with fireballs.
No offensive guard here for Hayate. He backs off! Gets the whip punish again. Like I said, he's got some of the best blitzes in the game. And now he's got corner full. He's got up close pressure. No. Ooh, neither one wants to bet on it.
Oh my gosh, he goes all the way out. Oh, and that's a huge deal. The fact that he's got that high fireball and it's going to be able to stop the aerial movement is gigantic, and he knew that exactly. It's probably why he's been throwing so many of those. It's just a matchup that he's familiar with. And again, I said this before, you know, not a lot of people are really high level with Fujin, even though he's considered a top tier character. And so it's hard to get that really true level of experience. But when you're Ninja Killer just, I don't know what his like labbing regimen is like, but he just knows every situation against every character in the game. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think you could really see that right there. He was really confident about bringing out those high fireballs on punish in zoning situations. Even at ranges where it began to be where Fujin can play footsies or where he can dash up and start the business, he was still really confident at those spots.
Yeah, and I mean, Hayate just not finding, I think, his like big moment, right? I mean, you were talking about how good at movement this character is, and the player is at doing that with the character. But one thing is that people don't realize is that his ground movement is actually one of the fastest in the game. Maybe him along with like Rain or something like that. But his actual wave dash is on the ground incredibly fast. But Ninja Killer just stopping any chance of that with the fireballs and stopping the air movement. It just feels like you just can't do anything.
Oh, command grab! Ninja Kill is on the approach again! He spent an entire game zoning out, and he actually dashed in to get the forward move. And again, look at this pressure all of a sudden!
He double dashed just to catch that back roll. That was ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Or the back
It's
dash.
like a totally different player all of a sudden, and strong either way, whether it's zoning or whether it's pressure. Either way, he's killing it.
Yeah, I mean, Hayate does have the damage with this character to be able to make a comeback, but it's not going to be easy. All right, goes for a big risk right there. Good breakaway.
There we go.
All right,
Decent damage without any bar, and here's Hayate.
But yeah, the chip is going to be a big issue here, and yeah, probably expects the command grab there again, or maybe just the grab, but just going for that meaty mid. Liu Kang with some of the best, just like fast mids in the game, right? Forward 4 and back 1, both of them just so good.
Getting a couple on the crushing blow right there.
Oh! What? Come on! Who has those punishes ready? Who has those punishes ready but Ninja Killer? I've never seen that in my entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch Ninja Killer play forever. But again, another beautiful punish. The knowledge is unbelievable.
He's not going to let that stuff go. Yeah, Hayate took a risk right there. And of course, Ninja Killer is going to be ready for the punish. He had the crushing blow lined up. He already had a few of those. And that's a pretty quick 2-0. And again, what's wild to me is that it's 2-0 after two totally different styles. The first game was all about zoning and space control and staying away. And then the second game was all about pressure, command grabs up close, chasing down versus backdash. Totally different, and they both were super successful for him.
I know. Oh my gosh, it's all seriously. It's so fun to watch Ninja Killer. Like Ninja Killer to me, like watching Ninja Killer is like if you've ever played against a very very hard AI, like the hardest level AI in any video game, and you do something, and they do this obscure weird little thing to punish you, and you're like, I didn't know you could do that. Who would ever do that in a game? You know, like this AI is cheating. Like you had to have known that this is exactly what was going to happen by the frame, and the AI does. But Ninja Killer is that AI in real tournament matches.
So back to Fujin for Hayate here, and the question is whether he can make his offense count, whether he can get in on his own terms, whether he can be up close on his own terms. We've only seen it a few times, and when it has been there, it's been good defense from Ninja Killer.
Yeah, it just seems like Hayate hasn't ever like found the momentum, I would say. Like he's found hits here and there, he knows his spacing, he's playing solid, but it just he hasn't been able to like steal the I think the mental game is the way I'd say it, and it's not looking like it's starting this time either. We're seeing that aggressive Liu Kang again, but here we go, good opening.
Okay, Ninja Killer's out of there. Still can maintain corner control here. Okay, he's gonna get the side switch, and now finally Hayate with a chance for legit pressure. Come on! One of his first actual corner knockdowns, and it gets just destroyed right away.
Oh yeah, the power of defense in this game is so good. Now I wonder if that's a drop. We've seen that after the down 1. Like we've seen this weird standing 2. I'm not sure what that is. It might be like a frame kill, because I don't think that's even close to anything that can combo. Or maybe he's trying to 1-2, doing a little bit too early, something like that. But here we go. Fatal blow for both. I don't think we've seen a full fatal blow yet this game. He's got to avoid the chip.
Scheming. Yep, he's trying to duck under those highs, blocking time on the lows, but he can't afford many more. Oh, wow!
Oh, great!
First Ninja Killer. Tried to, okay, the idea of hovering over a low is actually hilarious, but didn't quite work out.
I appreciate the idea, though. That was really cool, right? Had that worked. But unfortunately, yeah. I mean, the hitboxes on these fireballs are really good, whether they're high or low. Oh, weird corner combo. All right, really late breakaway. I think trying to punish like a 1-1 something right there, or some sort of full string, but Hayate not fully committing, which is the smart choice. And now look at this, no defensive bar for this combo.
Yeah, Hayate can really do whatever he wants now in the corner. He's got all the bar. Backs off a little bit. Again, super prepared. I'd say some more damage. He needs more, though.
Yeah, just one more big opening. I mean, the down 2 crushing blow is gone. The throws are like that much less scary now. Oh, that should be at least chipped. Yeah, there's no chance there. It was nice spacing to just barely get outside of it. Not that it made that much of a difference, but I feel like finally that was Hayate's first really big opening. But oh my gosh, to steal it back, the first flawless block on that jump kick that just put him back in the corner.
Here we go. We've seen that challenge a couple of times, and they've been successful for Hayate. Maybe getting a rhythm on what Ninja Killer wants to do on offense.
Yeah, it just needs to, I mean, you know, we're so late into the set now that it's really scary, though. He's got to make it happen.
Maybe looking for a duck. Hayate's in there.
Oh, and that back
Really playing with his spacing now. In and out. You'll notice he doesn't do any damage on the regular push. He needs that bar for it.
Yeah, but you can tell that he knows that now that he's got this life lead, like even if he takes some chip, eventually he can try to win these situations. But look at that, Ninja Killer moving forward just barely enough to be able to get the flying kick punish when he challenges him with that amplify push. But this might be enough. Yeah, tried to break away just in case. No reason not to try. The down 2 is going to catch both the timings anyway. But Hayate finally putting himself in the board, and it's been kind of like a slow burn here, I think, to find his spot in this matchup, to find his pace. But it's starting. And you know, that's sometimes all it takes. It's just that first game of like, okay, now I understand you, now I know exactly what to do. Now it's your turn to adapt, and sometimes people just can't make that back, and it's just the reverse 3-0.
Yeah, we did see him challenge again a couple of times when Ninja Killer was pressuring, and he was right about that. He interrupted correctly. He had mid-range control a couple of times in ways that he didn't before as well.
Well, we are going to see the Liu Kang again. I don't think there's any sort of move changes. This is a pretty, I would say now, classic Liu Kang to see. We see a lot of it from pretty much everybody that uses it. Actually, wait, so it's Dragonfire, the Slam, and the Low Fireball. Yep, exactly. Has the Armor Breaker, has the ability to get the buff, has the Low Fireball, which is pretty much invaluable. It's the only one that you never, ever see not taken.
Yeah.
So, just back into the same thing.
All right, Hayate's in there. Trying to get a Lanzi's punish, but not quite there. Ninja Killer, no buttons in the sky.
Oh, but
okay,
again?
we did see an early breakaway last time, so Hayate there was maybe reading that.
Possibly. I mean, both these characters actually have quite good armor breakers just available to them in their kit at this point. Oh, but again, the spacing game, and you can really see, oh my gosh, the spacing, that's 2 barely with flying kicks in a row. Oh no, and knowing the optimal down 2 crushing blow punish, and not even going to break away, just taking the damage so much in the corner.
Oh, Hayate with the stare down. Okay, at least getting out. He might take the low, he hovers over, let's go.
Hey, yeah, it worked that time. I like to see it. Pretty good flawless blocks, not all of them, but it's not easy to get every single one.
Hayate now just barely with Fatal Blow. Ninja Killer's not quite there yet. Hayate slices into him, giving him Fatal Blow.
Yep, that's really scary. It's really scary to give somebody that opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, but now, yeah, just anybody finding any single hit. Oh, gets the crushing blow.
Wow. Keeping his eyes on the order right there. Good work.
Yeah, that is one of the most rare crushing blows I would say in the entire game. And to get it against Ninja Killer, oh no! He gets the hit, great tech! Oh, and that movement, the dash up jab. Just a weird little check right there, a lot of confidence. I'm surprised that was just a standing jab, not even a down 1, but I guess probably he could have got some chip afterwards.
Punish? Yes, certainly. Choosing to load up on Bicycle Kick KB.
Oh.
Yeah, the little mix-ups that he has after that, the different timings for when to land. Cool to watch. Over it.
Gets the knockdown. I like he's using the knockdown just to kind of like dash forward and get kind of this meaty pressure from mid-screen. But again, Hayate really needs to be careful with that spacing. Ninja Killer hasn't let a single one of those go unpunished.
It was a big whiff. Hayate not quite there. He thought Stand 1 would do it.
Can you fail?
Ooh. Weird trade, nice, goes under the fireball with the 4-3. One of the best like slide type moves in this game, but here we go. Gonna put him behind him, take the corner. Chip is very much a possibility at this point, or just another command grab, even spinning the bar just to guarantee it. But now Ninja Killer on match point to move up to winners finals.
Trying to be tricky about when he lands. Okay, Hayate gets the knockdown. He does go in. see the movement from him.
Oh, just barely at the tip of the back 1-1. It's going to be his main twisty string. Good patience. Ninja Killa knows that he's going to be able to kind of win this chip battle, or if he just finds a way in, and here we go, I think we're going to see some full-out aggression. All right, nice. Actually, Falls blocked the jump in, but then respected the pressure. Oh, just goes back.
Okay, that needs a little defensive part for Ninja Killa. I'd say could make him pay. We'll see.
Again, not getting the full pickup out of the down one. Oh yeah, here we go into the corner. Oh no, not gonna go into the corner. Gonna go for the just the take back to mid screen to get maximum damage. But that is gonna put Ninja Killa very, very close to fatal blow. Not there though. One more combo could do it since he doesn't have any defensive power. But underneath one,
he's there. Ninja Killa pressuring. What a grab! Hayate's been so brave in some of these instances.
Oh, just barely out of the range. I think that was the back two. Oh, they're both so low, but one fireball. Oh no, one fireball's gonna do it. He needs to make big trouble here.
Of course, he was ready for it. Of course, Ninja Killa was ready for it.
Oh yeah, there were like 2 jump kicks the entire game. Of course, I almost said the Hayate jump kick, the Fujin jump kick, one of the best jump kicks in the entire game, and Hayate literally threw it out like 2 times the entire set, and both of them, even at weird spacings, were flawless block up to punish. Ninja Killa just still looking so hard to stop. Like you said, it wouldn't be an understatement to say that Ninja Killa is probably the favorite to win this in the eyes of most. And you can see exactly why in that set right there. But again, Hayate not out of this yet. Still has a chance in the losers bracket, but that does set up our winners finals.
As that was going on, I felt like you could see a little bit more control, a little bit more stealing turns from Hayate. You know, he was finding more opportunities for himself. He was really brave about how to approach some defensive situations, and that worked out. Maybe if this had gone on longer, it would have been a different story. But you know, Ninja Killa started out so fast and so far ahead that he just could not quite catch up.
Yeah, exactly like you said. Like, if this had gone to, like, say, like a 1st to 10, I think it could have really gone either way. But it was nice to see Hayate, like, really kind of, like, catch up at the end. And, you know, it's good that he's in the winner's bracket, right? So, like, he might be, like, kind of more awake now, is to use it kind of in an incorrect term. But, you know, he's going to be more ready for all of his matches in the future. Like, he's in the zone now. You can definitely tell. Yeah, like you said, he was really brave. Super brave. Like, even at the very last round, he did, like, a defensive grab. And it worked perfectly. Yeah. So he could make it back up, and if he does get the rematch against Ninja Killa, which is very, very possible in this bracket, then I think we're going to see a much closer set.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, okay, so we've been through winner's side. Jukes versus Ninja Killa will be winner's finals. In loser side, as a reminder, we have Splash versus Sunio. We have Big Daddy G versus OD Full Auto, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get down there into loser side.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EVO 2021 Mortal Kombat 11 North American Top 8. We're done with the first round of winners, and we've got our winners finals set, but there's still plenty of matches in the losers bracket still to play, and I still really have no idea how this whole thing is going to play out, but it's been good so far.
I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, we've seen good matches on both sides. One of them was a pretty strong win for Jukes, but at the same time, I think there was a lot to learn from how that match went. Really fun to watch in that sense. On the lower end, Sunio and Splash. You were right to say that I am invested in RoboCop. That's true, but I also really like watching Splash anyway, so for me, that's going to be a really fun one. And then Big Daddy G with Sonya and Full Auto with Sindel are 2 characters that are not as common. I think that's certainly more true for Sonya. I think that's certainly more true for her. Sindel, I still feel, is very strong, but doesn't have quite as much rep as some. But it's definitely cool that Big Daddy G is still doing such work with Sonya, a character that almost everybody, I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 other big examples of people who have not left that character, but he's still there.
Yeah, it's true. I'm very, very excited for the next loser bracket match. But before we get on to that match, of course, we're going to want to give another huge shout out to one of our sponsors, Visible. And you can take advantage of Visible for as low as $25 a month when you join Party Pay. Visible's reimagined the traditional friends and family plan with Party Pay. Sorry, I'm stumbling over myself. Grab your neighbor, coworker, BFF, or internet friend to join, and each receive a lower monthly payment. Your squad can share the savings and nothing else, all powered by by Verizon 5G, all included. Each person will manage their own account and payment separately. But that being said, I'm so excited for all the matchups coming forward. Like you said, the Suneo versus Splash matchup, when I looked at this bracket, had to have been the matchup that I was the most excited for, because Suneo, known as actually, so kind of interesting stories as far as his history, known as playing next-gen Jackie back when everybody was only playing upgraded Jackie in Aftermath, and there was only, you know, really a few people playing next-gen, which was the more zoning-based variation. And now every Jackie has the projectiles, and Suneo's like, I'm just going to move over to a more zoning character. And now we've seen RoboCop get some more buffs, even in the last patch that we've had. And so I love watching RoboCop. I think still one of the characters that's been played, or maybe even explored the least over time, even despite the buffs. And so hopefully we do get to see that. On the other side, Splash, one of my favorite players to watch. Oh, the hidden select. We might see something spicy.
I have seen him play Katana as well. He's just a guy who likes to zone in general, so it could be something else. We'll see.
Yeah, Katana has actually been one of his picks for a very long time. Yeah, I mean, we assume the RoboCop, maybe it's some wishful thinking, just because, you know, we're both RoboCop fans here. But Splash, yeah, one of the most airborne players in the entire game, for sure. But also a very just cool dude in general. Fun little story about this bracket. Actually, one of his opponents, pretty far into the bracket, said, "Hey, I have to DQ myself because my PSN ran out." And Splash said, "Hey, I will send you the money right now." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you worked hard to get here, so I'll send you the money to pay for your PSN to your PS Plus." So, yeah, definitely a nice guy. But we are going to see the RoboCop. I'm excited. Flamethrower, Terminal Strip, and Low Auto 9.
So this is a little bit more of a pressure-heavy potential on this character. He has the command grab, and he has the mid special that gives you big plus frames. At the same time, he still always has zoning tools, which you're seeing some come out right now.
Yeah, so one huge thing actually about the fact that we're seeing this Buzzsaw, we only talked about one of the two sides, is that Buzzsaw is an amazing counter-zoning tool because it gives you so much advantage when it hits. A normal hit is, you know, kind of that weird knockdown, but, you know, you can only trade so many times with especially the huge gun, and you can just see how this life is just melting without even a full combo and the interactable. Who said this character doesn't have good mobility?
This character has legit mobility, man. He's got a great backdash. Like, he really does, actually.
I know. His ground movement's actually really nice. It just doesn't look like it when you're walking.
Yeah.
It's very similar, actually, to Fujin, which we just saw. Nope. I'm kind of going for the pressure. Knows he just needs chip at this point, and we do have the flamethrower, right?
We do have flamethrower, that's right. RoboCop's gonna hold that string. Some other characters don't. Oh, he was so ready for it! So ready for it. Splash specifically calling out the timing there on the 4-3.
That was
Beautiful
actually,
expectation.
yeah, that was a gigantic comeback too, and to end the comeback in that perfect read, you know, even if there was a breakaway in that situation, that wouldn't have mattered just because it was going to be the fatal blow. So Splash, despite losing like 90% of his life and just getting him to the corner, he made that comeback just so well. It shows a little confidence.
And I really like that Splash is reacting to almost every single grenade by going up into the air and just diving over it. You can go really fast, far forward. And at the same time, RoboCop can't really control the air. That's a ground-only option.
Ooh, tried with the command grab, but just wasn't quite on the correct read right there. Like I said, Splash does tend to go to the air a lot. We're actually not seeing it quite as much as he used to, but like this corner pressure is looking so strong. So many hits.
Yeah, some characters can get out of that string, but RoboCop's got to just hand on to it.
Oh, nice dive kick. Yeah, perfect spacing just to know you can hit your toes. Oh, I wonder what that was. Was that an actual attempt to spin right there? And what would it have caught? It might have just been a like an attempt to just do something else that was a misinput. I'm not sure.
Suneo patient. Okay, he's gonna get distance on this. Back to the range he obviously wants. As you can see, like we said, he's a very rangy type of player. He likes the characters that do that, and he's been there a lot of the time. Exactly where he wants to be. Hanging out by a chance for more mobility. And that interactable there.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is going to be so much of this set, right? You know, we're still in the first game, but we are going to go during these phases where it's kind of like the zoning game, and we are going to see Splash just take a lot of damage. It's very hard to not take any sort of chip. I mean, even just trying to flawless block every single thing that Robocop does, it's going to be so difficult, especially that low on a 9. It just comes out so fast. But really what matters is the points that we get to right here, right? He's got that interactable. I think he's trying to say, oh, he actually did, yeah, but not quite.
Yeah, you were right. He was absolutely looking for that. Splash here, taking some chip damage.
Oh my gosh, he's bullying with that string so much. Oh, he didn't have confidence in that. That could have actually maybe been it. Turkey's so, or sorry, not Turkey. Splash, just Splash so low though. Just find one hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now it's really tough to get out of this. Oh, he actually woke up right away. Got over the back forward 2. Look at the time and jump 3 for the win. Sunio all of a sudden cut off the air approach.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so this is, I'm actually really surprised that we're seeing the command grab here and not the air charge, right? We see the air charge used so well from a lot of different Robocop players, just like as this like air-to-air with like the jump kick. The jump kick has an amazing hitbox, a little bit weird, a little bit awkward, but catching people that are trying to go to the air, do jump kick into the charge, or even just the charge kind of as like as an instant air, as like a far anti-air has been working really well for a lot of players, but maybe it's just not Suneo's style. I'm not sure. Regardless, I mean, he made it work.
Honestly, I see him use that quite a bit when I've seen him play. So I was a little surprised to see the command grab as well. It's useful, and I like you. It's certainly a good way to play the character. It's a legit style is what I'm trying to say. But when I see Robocop go up against Lau, yeah, I would say I more often see air charge, or I see the high back forward 2, the arm rocket. Instead, it's command grab. Which again, you know, if you're trying to pressure, it's nice. If you are on defense, you can actually use it in some cases to harass out. Get that full screen again, or get the corner if you prefer.
Yeah, it is actually one of the fastest mid command grabs in the entire game. I think it might be the fastest mid command grab in the entire game. It's quite good, actually. So you can check people with it almost like a normal, if you really, truly want to try it. But on the fact that, yeah, it gives so much screen carry, and it can also be used as like an ender for screen carry. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with it. I love it as a command grab. I think it's so cool to walk around with people. But he's not going for it. You know, he's gone for a lot more normal grabs. He went for like one command grab and it was jumped, but just not really working out for him.
Back to this control. Again, as you said, I really like that Splash is bringing in that buzzsaw right there so that he can really push Robocop to the corner. To his credit, he's been able to do that really consistently.
Oh, he's going to get the full hit. Also, though, he's using the flamethrower, right? That is on the
flamethrower, yeah, but he's chosen for knockdown each time rather than that big plus frames on hit from flamethrower.
Right, we haven't seen the flamethrower even a single time, I don't think. Oh, there we go. There's the command grab at least, carrying all the way to the corner. And now just be able to get out. I like the attempt. Actually, if that had you know, gone off like just a little bit earlier, that might have worked, but just catching out of the startup of the armor frames. And now, again, Suneo just taking the round. I think it's huge that he's been able to find his way out of the corner every time.
Yeah, that's a big point in this match, no doubt about it. Trying to maintain this corner, this mid-screen control, not be in the corner. He's doing a great job right now, roasting Lau on the other side of the screen. Okay, here comes Suneo.
Empty jump into forward 1, I like it. Yeah, the full combo into the knockdown. I like the whip dive kick just for spacing, too.
Little delay. Splash is very dangerous. Hoping for a KB right there. Hoping for a counter hit with Suneo.
Yeah, if he finds any... Oh, no way! That
what?
There's no way that was intentionally a standing 3, right? That was a standing 3? That was like... Well, I don't know what it was. It must have been like a forward 3 or something, right? But there's no way that he tried to actually standing 3, but it was like the perfect normal. It just like perfectly ran into it.
Yeah, I really don't think that was on purpose, but whatever. It worked out for him, that's for sure.
Hey, whatever. You know what? You know, the greatest, I think, FGC saying of all time is we take those. And
yes.
we certainly do take those if you're Suneo. But that's a 2-0. That is a really solid lead. And there are so many options for Lau to be able... Oh, no, so that's not 2-0. It's a 1-1, right? He won the first one. No, it's 2-0. It is 2-0.
No, it's 2-0.
Oh, my gosh. I'm blanking out here. This has been a really good match. It's because he Splash had that amazing comeback in the first game. I forgot that wasn't the final round of it. But yeah, Suneo just really can pace of everything, and that's not easy to do against such a high mobility character who also, like I said, has really good options to be able to like counter zone, using that buzzsaw as a knockdown, as its counter zoning tool, but just not finding the moments. And this is, I feel like, one of the few games in Mortal Kombat 11 that I've seen, or sets I should say, where it really feels like the interactables matter, but that's because Suneo's been using them so well.
Both of these players have had good tournaments already so far. Splash has beaten Gur, Too Easy, and Ludi. Suneo beat Full Auto and Pulse and Biohazard and Honeybee and Abyss to beat the situation. Only Hayate's beaten them so far.
Well, he definitely could have a chance to make that run back a little bit later if he just manages to win one more. But we did see, speaking of Hayate in his match, that there was the chance in the third game to kind of readapt, to find your pacing, and potentially make the full comeback. Hayate didn't, but Splash still could.
Yeah, taking some space right there, moving forward a little bit. Suneo smartly, as somebody who understands zoning, you know, as he does, so strong in controlling space, that means that you can't always be moving backwards. Yeah, you're going to be moving backwards a lot, but you can't always do it. You need to pick those times to move forward, and he has done that so far.
Yeah, regaining space, really like one of the most, I would say almost like the least talked about important things of zoning, right? Like when you get that knockdown, to be able to find your spot again and get your like pushback. But yeah, when you get in the corner, that's when your opponent gets the opportunity, and we're seeing that right there. It dropped combo, unfortunately, but you can see all it takes is just getting cornered one time, and you can lose 70% of your life. But right now, maybe it won't matter, because he did manage at least to find a way out, even if he had to take a combo to do it.
Splash in big trouble. Not just down 2-0 and match point to Suneo, but also on the other side of the screen. Suneo already harassing there.
All right, I like throwing a lot of the buzzsaws. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't spend a bar right there. If he'd spent a bar, he could have just gotten the entire screen back again. Again, that's one of the huge advantages. Oh, I don't think that was intentional. I think he must have hit something wrong right there. Now, he's, you know, lost some bar for that.
There's that command grab, and whether you're trying to crouch or not, you're gonna get got by it. Here's Splash. Gotta make this count. This is the chance. He's got the corner. Robocop's stuck in the eggs behind him.
Ooh, big whiff jump kick. Expected that to hit, I think, but that actually could have been a little bit of a whiff punish on landing, but didn't quite get it. Oh, nice, the down one. Oh, what? That hit so far behind his head and still put him back in the corner. So good for Splash.
Ooh, okay, Suneo believes in the round. Not gonna happen. He was making a big call on a high, I think it was, and that's not what Splash decided.
Yeah, Splash managing to really hold the corner this time, using, again, a lot of the air mobility. I would say that it kind of, well, actually, I was literally about to talk about that, but the anti-air ability of Robocop is a little bit weird because he has some of the really best anti-airs in the game as long as you have the up pistol, but they're a little bit more preemptive maybe against some of the better jumpers in the game, and so you just really need to like make the right reads in a lot of certain situations. Kung Lao, of course, known as the airborne character, and Splash known as taking advantage of that very well.
He hasn't been able to very much in this set. It's been Suneo controlling the stage even before jumps become a big issue. That was probably supposed to have been command grab. An opportunity as a result. No, it's not going to last long. And there you go. Suneo will take it in a clean 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, again, pretty surprising. And unfortunately, that was, of course, our first losers bracket match to finish. So that does mean that Splash is going to be the first player to go home, but he will be at least getting 7th place. So congratulations to him for making it that far. Like I said, always one of my favorite players to watch. And I really didn't feel like he lost that because he was playing bad by any means. He was taking advantage of every single opportunity that he got as soon as he got Suneo to that corner. But, you know, we've got the highest health character in the game now, technically, and just the ability to escape so many times that it really came down to, it wasn't even the wrong reads, it was just so much damage from chip, so much damage from zoning, and just the small little hits were able to close it out, and the patience of Suneo just really played to that.
A little lucky for Suneo that just some of the stages that they had were stages where there are those corner escapes, but he used those well. And even when he did not have that, he still fought really well. Like we were talking about before, his ability to understand when the opponent isn't looking for forward movement from him is really important. He dashed forward, especially in that last game, into forward 2, into command grab a few times, and either way, right, that's going to push him further away from the corner, even if it's on block, if it's just a string, or if it's command grab, he gets, you know, full space wherever he wants to be on the stage. So that, again, that forward movement is what really kind of seals the leaks in zoning, and he's great at that.
Yeah, it's so great to see somebody like at this level with RoboCop. But let's take another look at the bracket just to see kind of how things are going along, because now we've got just one more losers bracket match to play. I'm not sure if we're going to that one exactly next, but Suneo and Hayate, you said this is going to be a rematch, right?
This is going to be a rematch. You're right. Yeah, Hayate is who sent Suneo to losers in the first place. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's, I mean, we're going to have to see a lot of runbacks at this point then, if Hayate is going to make his way all the way back and try to, you know, win this thing. This is, I could see, understandably, like a little bit of a tough matchup overall, just because the air mobility is going to be a little bit maybe harder to control from the Fujin, of course, which we did see, you know, controlled pretty well by Ninja Kill in the last game, but overall, he's just going to be able to zoom his way in. But I mean, I would have loved to see how this match played out the first time they played. I could see, you know, I could see the air control doing quite well. But also, I'm really curious, just based on that last match against somebody that is also airborne, why we saw all those moves chosen from Suneo. Because, like, I felt like we saw the command grab a few times, it worked well, but we didn't see flamethrower at all, and I feel like the flame charge could have helped out. Or the flame charge, the air charge.
Yeah, we'll see what he goes to when it comes to that match. That's for sure. It's going to be fun to watch. In the meantime, shoutouts to Sony Imaging for being one of the sponsors here at EVO. Their line of cameras can take your stream to the next level, along with allowing you, of course, to create unique content. Lots of different things you can do with that, of course. Please check it out, and thanks for the support. In that match, when it comes to RoboCop versus Fujin, it really depends on your loadout. And what I like about RoboCop in part is that there can be lots of different moves that you use. I feel like he has more legit options in terms of the custom loadouts than many others. I guess we'll see what he goes for. Lots of different options on that.
Yeah. Again, you know, one of the characters that, well, okay, so this is a big thing for me, right? Like, I feel like a lot of times in NRS games, people really don't explore the final-ish DLC characters because the game kind of reaches the end of its normal cycle. But this is the first game, I've said this before, but I'm so excited that this is the first game that we are going past that initial cycle. It's the first time we've ever seen these players, like, make it to this far in and explore these characters that maybe if this was the normal 2-year cycle, we weren't going to be able to see. So, yeah, we are probably going to see some other unique stuff from Suneo, but I do believe that we're going to be going to a short break before we move on to the next match, so don't go anywhere, especially if you're looking forward to some more RoboCop, because we'll be back right after this.
going directly into the other loser's side. Top 8 match between Big Daddy G and OD Full Auto. Now, what did I just see there? I saw Hellport cancel and Air Demon Slam on Big Daddy G's side. I was talking up to Sonya Blade, and instead it's good old Scorpion coming here. And I was also talking up to Sindel, and it's gonna be Sub-Zero.
Okay, hold on. I think there might be a chance that they just pick their characters. This is not them playing. Okay. All
right, so this is a button check or something. All right, that makes so these are the two like default characters when you like load into the character select screen. You're on one of those two, so that makes sense, I guess. Okay, all right. I was about to be really worried. What?
Hey, worried or excited? You know, it's always nice to see the Sub-Zero Scorpion matchup.
Let me see that Sonya and Sindel. That's what I'm looking forward to here.
It's true, yeah. I mean, at the very least, this gives us a little bit more time to talk about this actual match. You know, we weren't sure that we were going to this one next, but we are. And yes, Sonya, just the story of Sonya, which of course the main of Big Daddy G. It's a character that was so popular at the start of the game, but just through the the balance patches over time become considerably less popular, and so many players started placing Sonya on the bottom side of things. But Big Daddy G really proving that the character is still viable, the character is still strong, managing to win a full week of the pro competition qualifiers for NA East. So that's very, very hard to do. You know, it's a really tough region considering that most of the people here are from that region. So I love seeing that Sonya, kind of a blast from the past at this point. And then on the other side, Full Auto, like I said, a player who played a more zoning-oriented Sindel back when there weren't custom variations. And now that there are custom variations, I think Sindel is one of the characters that has gotten the most out of it because she has so many good moves, and now you can mix and match them without having to worry about taking like one not-so-great one. And so Full Auto after that has just been doing better and better. So this is a matchup that I can't say I'm familiar with as far as characters, but I guess we'll see.
Big Daddy G has beaten Twix so far, Jet Ring, Perfect Legend, Aztec. Full Auto's beaten King Gambler, Tweety, The Mighty Unjust, among others. So again, a couple players who have had a lot of success already. Those are some big names.
Nothing on Earth realm can stop us. 2 words, bitch. Nuclear weapons.
I
Okay.
don't know if I've ever heard that one ever in my entire life, but going into the match, here we go. Sindel versus Sonya. But yeah, Sonya, actually known for having quite a good projectile. Kind of given the nickname Zonya for a while. Still very good projectile here going in, and this is going to be a nice opening.
Building some space there is Full Auto. Oh, little duck for Big Daddy G. Okay.
All right, so yeah, that crushing blow. Oh, using the air charge. Not a move that we see all that often, but trying to use it to just kind of get over, maybe get some air mobility, maybe trying to catch a jump back, which is something that we very often see from Sindels, especially if they have air Banshee Dash.
There's that low scream, and we already saw that does get under her regular projectile. The blocking was there, not this time.
Ooh, both low. And yeah, this is really a battle of kind of the zones of their projectiles. You know, you've got the overhead, the drone drop, but it's not full screen. Oh, as the air projectile, but does get punished for it. Oh, catches with the whip and flip.
As you saw before, that whip and flip is definitely punishable, but if you think the opponent's going to make a bet on what button to press, then you can make your own bet and sometimes come out on top.
Yeah, you also have the ability to take some like really risky kind of like I'd say like janky 50-50s, either using the low projectile or the flip. And sometimes, you know, that's exactly what you got to do in those last hit situations. It makes your opponent guess, or at the very minimum, at least makes them think more that you can make that guess.
Coast to coast. However, Full Auto's got the pressure. Never mind, it's going to be back to this distance game. Pestering from afar, soaring through.
Ooh. Yeah, so, you know, that move, I gotta be fully honest, not as familiar with it as I am with most of the rest of the moves in the cast, but clearly has quite a bit of landing recovery, just because we saw the full, like, dash up into grab a little bit after it landed. Still a grab punish.
Threatening with that approach, most likely, going up into the sky like that. Threatening with the interactable as well.
Yeah, so much of this match is going to be trying to get in the range of that drone drop, just because that is a really nice damage projectile. It does manage to stop the low projectiles from controlling everything. Oh, the cancel doesn't get a full combo, and this one is going to be a full combo, not able to convert.
jumps back! Oh my god, neither one can touch the other. Look at the time, there's 10 on the clock. Full auto's down. Full auto's down. Does he realize? Oh, he got it! Oh!
He got the hit first. I think there was confidence that that was going to be enough to kill, but it just wasn't quite. And Big Daddy G just barely eking out that win. But yeah, I can't believe that Full Auto went back with that little life. Ooh, just gets the jab opening, maybe expecting a grab right there, something like that. But I mean, the life lead, as you can see from that final round, is just going to be so gigantic in this match. You know, this is really kind of a zoning match. Both of these characters have great up-close options, but at this point, we've seen more zoning than not.
Full Auto just pestering only a little bit, and right back to that distance game again, over the interactable.
Oh! The breakaway, and now Full Auto has Fatal Blow. Fatal Blow, very, very good hitbox for Sindel. Just needs to get a little confirmation, or, oh, that was actually a punish, and that should be it. No defensive bar to break away, and Big Daddy G taking the first game.
That's the kind of thing you're gonna need to do. Not just at this level of play in general, but if you're gonna play a character like Sonya, you really need to make the best that you can in every single situation. So you've got to be looking for false blocks in those situations like that. We did already see that Full Auto tried to end the string in the same way before. You know, so that was already something that they were thinking about. Big Daddy G, really aware, ready for that when it came.
Yeah, it's this is a very interesting match. You know, like I said before, this is not one that we've seen a whole lot at a super high competitive level. There's not a lot of Sonya players left, you know, at this point in time, but obviously still quite a good character, as Big Daddy G is showing. But this has really been a lot more of a zoning matchup than I thought it was going to be. And I made the Zonia joke earlier in the match, but that really is what it's coming down to. You know, trying to get these trades, trying to get in range for the drone. I'm curious to see if we're going to see anything different out of Full Auto, because there are so many different things you could do, like, for example, the Air Banshee Dash, a way to possibly get over the projectile. No, we're still going to see the exact same thing. Air Banshee Barrage is the projectile that we saw from the air. Whip and Flip wasn't really used as an anti-projectile tool the entire time, but we could see that as well.
Yeah, she's got a couple of ways around projectiles, of course, with both that low and the Whip and Flip to get over.
But if you just start winning the zoning war, you don't need to worry about it. Whoa!
Okay.
That was very, very cool. That's almost like a throwback to older NRS Mortal Kombats. They're low immune moves that they kind of like low crush is, I guess, the best way to put it. And you can use it to go over low fireballs, but I haven't really seen that much in this game. Again, though, grabbing has just not worked out for Full Auto.
Yeah, he's had success at range, but when it comes up close, not quite as much.
Yeah, well, the okay, nice plus frames. The up close game from Sonya, definitely a stronger up close game than Sindel. Sindel just tries to get you back to that mid range, right? But if you're point blank, it gets pretty scary.
Again, if you're going to be zoning, you do have to move forward sometimes, and that's what Full Auto used to end that round right there, the sudden surprise jump forward.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Sindel is the best at, with forward 4 or forward 2, or we actually haven't seen too many raw screens be thrown out. Of course, that crushing blow is probably the scariest thing. Hey, there it is right there. This is probably the scariest thing that Sindel has, known to be just the end of your life, basically, when it hits.
Dude, the reactions to consistently stay on top of the projectiles, on top of the enemy rings, has been really impressive so far.
Oh, no confidence that the overhead was going to hit there. And didn't get the full knockdown from that string, so no, you know, not a lot of confidence from a lot of these spots. But there we go, finally landing the air charge. I was waiting to see how that exactly was going to be used, but I guess you can get it as a punish. Oh,
nice.
Wow. Oh yeah, maybe
using the fact that Sonya at that range is looking for highs for the most part.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really difficult life to come back from, and of course now it's going to be impossible. That was a much more dominant game from Full Auto. You know, we saw this more with like Liu Kang before, but the crushing blows from Sindel are gigantic, and it's not as many crushing blows as like Liu Kang or as Garrus, but when she does land her important ones, it's huge, because she doesn't really have, unless you're taking like the 2 slot like launcher, her damage isn't usually gigantic, right? But she gets these, some of like the biggest combos in the game when she lands her crushing blows, or just some like really big punishes. So it's about like, you know, chipping people down with zone zoning and then finding your big moments. And I feel like Full Auto really did in that game.
I feel like, again, what sticks out in my mind is that there was more forward movement in that case for Full Auto. So it wasn't just him being, you know, running away. I mean, keep in mind, first game, we saw him actually like running away when he was down in life that one round, right? Like he was very dedicated to staying away. Not quite as much that time.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing to do, even for top players, just based on kind of like how much your opponent's intimidating you, right? To like give up too much space on accident, not challenge enough, especially when you're playing against a character that can punish you so heavily for stuff. But yeah, you just gotta make that check. Oh, and it's a great way to start off. Getting, oh my gosh, the damage and the charge for the full combo. Oh, everything's going right for Full Auto here.
Yeah, that mid-range is really looking a lot better right now for Full Auto.
Just backing up. Again, not the same way getting punished, you know, for that throw, but still just getting punished for almost every single throw. I'm so surprised he's continuing to try it. I would love to see him like dash up and do like maybe a little bit of a delayed meaty. Not meaty, maybe like mid.
Oh, didn't believe in the rest. Big Daddy G still here. Hopes. Full Auto just patient. Again, he ran away when he was way down in life before. He's still feeling confident, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to have to find an opening. He's got the Fatal Blow. That's really the only answer out here. Wow, winner of both!
Yo, there's the over with whip and flip. Chip is even a big issue at this point. Underneath, and it's good for Full Auto to take the round. Again, he was still okay, even though he was way down in life. He felt confident.
Round 2.
Yeah, we've seen now a lot of these like really clutch moments, and honestly, that was very much the same read that we saw in the very first game of the set, but this time had the right read on how much life Sony actually had left, so it was gonna kill.
There's some impatience coming out for him. I'm Big Daddy G now. He's run into stuff that he wasn't running into before. Yeah. He's really insistent about moving forward. I get it. I understand why. Wow, huge whiff punish.
And gonna get the side switch. It's gonna be nice, but wow, really good use of the interactable. Said, oh, you side switched me? I'm going back to exactly where I was before. And yeah, this life is just draining. Oh, the forward four, one of the best strings in the game. Now Chip is, gonna be nearly unavoidable. And I feel like whatever happened in that first game, Full Auto came back twice as strong for the next two. And it just feels like he has full control at this point, especially with how that game started. That was ridiculous.
I definitely agree with you that there's extra strength when it comes to Full Auto side, but I think even more than that, in watching that game right there, I feel like there was impatience on Big Daddy G's side. And I'm a little surprised to see that, but it did seem to me like he was more insistent about dashing forward, running into things. He ran into a bunch of projectiles that way, for example, in trying to jump forward a little bit more often, in trying to squeeze out this extra forward movement. And like, you get it, right? He wants to be up close. He doesn't want to have to deal with this zoning. I totally understand. But at the same time, that has cost him life in that game, I think, more than it was before.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about it for the very first game, how so much of the damage that he got was from counter zoning, throwing the rings. So I do see a different look. Okay, he hasn't just chosen yet. But yeah, throwing the rings and just trading with projectiles, especially being able to get that crushing blow ring, which is a very common crushing blow to see, and then getting the orbital drop damage just to get the knockdown, get a little bit more. We saw Big Daddy G really winning a lot in the zoning game, but he just wasn't trying it in the, I guess, second and third games. So I would like to see him go back to that. I mean, Full Auto maybe adapted a little bit to it, maybe made it a little bit too hard to do that, but at the very least, still showing that you're willing to do it could be huge. Yeah, I don't know if there's another pick that we could see here. And it looks like this is the same exact variation. I'm not as familiar with how all of her moves look on that screen. I think that was orbital drop, the ring charge, and the air down energy rings. Okay, yep. Oh wait, no, that's not the same.
No, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no more. I think it's called Soaring General. I'm not super confident in that. The other move. Now there's air downward rings. So maybe the intention is now he can attack from that kind of mid-range airborne distance that's been a problem for him.
Yeah, we'll see. The air downward rings, not exactly the move that you would all maybe expect. You don't get like a meterless downward ring. That would be really scary. Nice, there we go. Just a crushing blow like I was talking about. And look, the zoning game overall being won by Big Daddy G. And not only is he winning the damage just barely, but he managed to get him all the way to the corner. So he's got this far, and now he just needs to land like 1-2 full combos here.
Okay, chance to move in. Oh, the threat was there, understood. Full auto. Tries to get up close. Yep. Just like that, it's the chase all over again, and it's running into things again for Big Daddy G.
Oh yeah, just the jump kick again. We've seen so many jump kick air to airs working out for full auto. Just so good at using those that way, and now it's going to be match point.
Oh, he's ready. There's full auto. And then this the threat of that. Oh, there it is!
Oh, no. Scream into scream. The ultimate nightmare thing to get hit by. And gonna get the side switch when you amplify the hair whip. Oh, that is tough. Look at that. Life is just gone. Sonya, not a huge life character. I think 950 as well. And oh, look at this. Just needs to find some solid hits. And I like the fact that we've seen the dash ups, no more grabs. And we've seen a lot of times where Big Daddy G has attempted to duck a grab and then been hit.
Wow. Yeah, that mid-range was really just all full autos. You could see Big Daddy G running into a bunch of that. Again, I still really like the awareness that full auto had as he jumped back. He was still ready for the air banshee stuff. Really, really good play. Great zoning, great understanding of that. You know, he could still make comebacks in some of these rounds. He didn't feel like he was overly pushed to do so. He moved forward at great times. It was just a really great performance, I think, from him.
Yeah, I think the adaptation was huge, right? Obviously, that first game looked pretty tough, but like you said, it was just finding those moments. A big thing, you know, I was literally just talking about it, but I think it was huge, is that every single like small hit means so much when it knocks you back, because it means that you get to get that much more damage in chip in zoning. And a lot of these small hits were from baiting out the attempt to deal with grabs, either a jump or a little bit late of like a duck into a normal. And so we see these like delayed like dash up into like forward fours or into 2-1s, just a lot of these small little hits. And then we saw full auto just manage to like run away with the getting just that much more chip. And of course, the moment that you actually just saw on screen, the double scream. That's one of the most tilting things in the entire game for free, but it works. And especially, you know, you just got to know your character's range. Some characters, like Sonya, works especially well against.
All right, so we got the first round all ironed out. We could go check out the bracket just to remind you all where we are at. We know that the winners finals will be Jukes versus Ninja Killa. We know that the next rounds in losers will be Hayate versus Sunio and Hijinks versus Full Auto.
Ooh, yeah, but before we go right back to the bracket, of course, I just want to give one more shout out again to Astro for providing all of the audio equipment for this. It's we're wearing them all right now. They're very beautiful, very comfortable. I've been wearing these not only for this, but through the entirety of the pro competition. So I've been getting a whole lot of usage out of it. But yeah, check that out for sure. But like you said, we're moving forward. We're moving forward in the bracket. I think things have been, I mean, it was pretty hard to judge, especially in the losers bracket. A lot of these matches I felt like could have really gone either way, but now that we're moving forward, I think that it's going to be even maybe a little bit more of like upset territory for a few of these players. Hayate and Suneo have definitely played against each other a good amount in the past, but Hayate, you know, very, very well known for a very long time. And on the bottom side, Hijinks has just been doing so well recently that I feel like full auto beating him would be also a little bit of an upset. However, you know, anybody making it this far, they made it here for a reason, and people have just been leveling up so much over the past few months that it's really hard to call anything an upset for me anymore.
Well, as you were saying earlier, this next one's going to be a run back. Hayate versus Sunio, which was, of course, in favor of Hayate when they played earlier in the bracket. So it'll be a chance for Sunio to try to make it happen, or Hayate to move on and move forward still. I would expect Fujin, of course, from him. As far as Sunio, I think I would expect Robocop still. It's just that there are things you have to look out for as Robocop versus Fujin. He can run, it depends on what moves you have. If you have the high rocket, then you can actually hit him out of the air run. That's cool. But at the same time, he can also do forward 3 slide under that, and also under the crouching shot too. So like, you're never super comfortable. But what I really like about Sunio and his play is that he's great at picking those moments to actually zone, even with the understanding, as like a ton of characters do in this game, that characters have teleports, or they have ways to get under, or they have ways to get over projectiles, or even through projectiles in a couple of cases. He's still really, really good at picking those exact moments. And we saw that versus Splash, for example, right? He did not get got by things like dive kick from far, right? He just was really good at not being in those ranges. He was really good at not overcommitting to the zoning at that stage. He moved forward a lot instead. So it's that kind of more active play that sometimes is necessary in this match.
Yeah, and it looks like he is going to be going the RoboCop. You know, there are a few of the characters that we've seen him play in tournament, but I expect the RoboCop. And yeah, so much of it has just been his movement. But on the other hand, you know, I literally talked about this actually in both these players' first matches. But both these characters have some of the best ground movement, really, in the game. Fujin, though, probably outclassing RoboCop. Not to say that RoboCop's is slow, but Fujin's possibly the fastest ground movement in the game, at least top 2.
So it is that air crowd control cannon, as you can see. And he has the air charge, so it's a very anti-air focused build.
Ooh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. And so far, it's already paying off. Oh, but the down to crushing blow. I'm not sure exactly what that was punishing, but that's going to be a lot of damage. And now Suneo is going to have to go back to this zoning game and see how much damage you can get from it. But I do like these picks of moves.
Love that little backwards movement from Hayate right there to be outside of the range that Suneo wanted to attack at. At that real dangerous interactable spot right there. Oh, nope, it's instead going to be Hayate.
Yeah, can he finish it from this? It's going to be pretty close. Yeah, he's going to spin the bar and just barely be able to do it. And yeah, this has been a pretty much exactly, honestly, I would say how I expect this match to go, right? We're not going to see a whole lot of this kind of like footsies range stuff. It's going to be a whole lot of like making the right read on when to go in with the either high angle moves or the low angle moves. And we haven't seen the forward 3 yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Tried it out, why not? But Hayate's there instead. He's got the knockdown, he's got the corner.
That's a normal string, even though it looks like a special. Oh, nice! The short hop. That's a great way to anti-air short hop into the shield charge.
He's gonna get out of the corner for himself. Wow! Yo, that was about to be the sickest forbidden combo, but cool anyway.
It was very, very cool. I would love to see exactly what he tries to get off of that. All right, goes to the down 2, just expecting a breakaway, getting max damage. He just needs chip here, but now he's got no defensive bar. That's really scary.
Threatening with that air forward charge, even on the jump back. But Hayate's here.
Oh yeah, he's playing so patient right now. He knows that one hit is dead. He can't get clipped by anything. Oh, that was so scary. That could have been a punish into fatal blow.
Oh, Suneo's like so safe. Oh, okay, all right.
Understandably. All it takes is one hit. But yeah, making usage of the fact that he's got so much life, he can play patient, he has the life lead. Wow, max range! Great reaction to that with push. I would have thought that would have hit, but Suneo knew.
Here's Hayate. Suneo tried to press a button, and Hayate takes great advantage. Great damage, 300 into the corner. That's not 30% against this big boy, but 300 nevertheless.
Ooh, yeah, another nice advantage of having that wrist rocket is actually it's the like highest damage ender that he has as far as going meterless. Weird little fact. I don't know why it does so much damage, but it's a great move. He's got to find another way out of the corner. It's not going to be easy. I like the fact that Hayate is backing up, but maybe a little bit too much. Suneo immediately reacting to it. The fatal blow's there again. We haven't seen a single fatal blow in either of the sets so far from Hayate. He just hasn't found the moment.
Oh, look how patient they both are. Neither one wants to overcommit. They both understand it can be the end.
Oh no!
You knew it was coming. You said earlier in that first round, oh, I'm sure it'll come eventually. Well, it did to seal game number 1.
Both of the things that I'd mentioned we hadn't seen yet, he bought them both out at the exact same time, and for perfect effect right when he needed to. And I also got a note that's really cool because we saw him do a really late cancel into the fatal blow, so I think he actually hit confirmed it, which you can actually do with forward 3. It has one of the longest cancel windows of any normal in Mortal Kombat 11. Mostly you can't one-hit hit confirm in the game, but that's one of the normals that you actually can. I think he did in that moment, which is beautiful.
It definitely looked like it, and I've seen him do it in the past. He's, again, is a fantastic top-level player, so it's certainly something that he's capable of. I like that he saved that for that situation. He didn't do the forward 3 the entire time. I don't know that that lulls somebody like Suneo to complacency, who obviously understands like what the risks are at all times, but still the fact that he didn't do it might mean that it wasn't at like the forefront, at least, of Suneo's mind.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, just, conditioning him that he doesn't have to worry about it as much is going to be a big deal. But also, I have to note, it was really cool to see Suneo was, I think, a little bit, like, like ready to just fight out of the corner, because being in the corner means that certain pressure strings, like the fact that you can't like fly over them with Fujin, do the spin and then land, because you land point blank and it's punishable. So he was actually using the corner kind of to defend himself and stop the air shenanigans, and it almost worked. It almost worked. He held that lead until that final moment, and I'd like to see him try that again.
Oh, he's so fast!
Oh, I know. Nobody expects the ground movement. You're like, okay, he's going to be flying around in the air, and then he comes to the ground, you're like, what? All right, no crushing ball on the forward 2-2 yet.
Either one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they both, like, that was a very weird interaction. Oh, just whipping. Oh, beautiful pickup.
Got the rest. Committed to ducking, it looks like, with Sunio.
Yeah, that's the other actually nice thing, is that a lot of times point blank in the corner, you don't get the conversions that you want to with Fujin. He's such a complicated character. You have to have space to be able to guide the tornado in, which is a really awkward thing. So without meter, you get less in the corner, and a lot of pressure is worse in the corner. Not to say that the corner isn't advantageous, but it looks like Sunio is kind of taking advantage of that.
Every time Robocop jumps back, he could be moving forward, and you never know when that's going to happen. So you see as Hayate approaches, he understands he's not overpressing. We're running out of time. 15 on the clock.
Oh, the jump kick. Oh, the pickup. That's going to be it. Yeah, the fatal blow conversion. No way to get out of that. Really, really nice pickup. I think the fact that he won with the 4-3 before was causing Sunio to kind of like try a different mode of defense right there, and he was trying to maybe jump over it and whiff punish it, which is kind of the easiest way to deal with it, but instead he just got clipped and he didn't go back to the 4-3. So smart stuff.
I love Hayate's movement because it's not always super fast and ground-based, and it's not always airborne either. You just don't know where he's going to go. He's really good at picking different options at all times. And that's making it tough for Sunio to pick where to zone at.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really what you got to do with Fujin. He's not a character that really opens you up with a lot of like 50-50s or like grab, strike throw mix-ups as much. He's really about like making your opponent mess up by using his mobility and then finding these weird surprise openings. Ooh, jumping, not quite hitting. Nobody punishing anybody for any weirdness here. Nice, there we go.
So a couple of forward threes, so now Sunio's absolutely looking forward to it again. What a call out!
A cool combo too, I like that. A lot of auto 9s in there, but uh-oh. Big damage, no fatal blow. This almost might have been over. Oh, I didn't even know he had that locked and loaded.
Oh, he gets a hit as well. Sunio blocked once, thought it was his turn. Nope, it was Hayate's still.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Hayate really taking advantage of after those, I guess of the respect after those like spin cancels, where I think we could see maybe Hayate trying to poke a little bit more. That's one way that we saw, I'm sorry, not Hayate, see Sunio poke a little bit more. That's one way that we saw Ninja kill it. That matchup was even in those situations saying, yeah, I'm still going to check you with something right here. I'm still going to make you guess. But we've just seen so much respect, which has worked out for Sunio in certain situations, but also in certain situations like that, just maybe it's a little bit too much.
So 2-0 for Hayate. Again, he's the one who sent Sunio to losers in the first place. He's on the verge of doing the good old-fashioned double elimination. The old double jeopardy. Any changes? Nope, it's right back to the same variation. I think the variation makes a lot of sense. I'm just really impressed at Hayate's timings on when to go into the sky, when to do forward 3, both of which rarely, and a lot of this is just him on the ground advancing, right through harassing with this right here, for example, harassing with push as well, making it not easy for Sunio to know where to control.
Yeah, that's the thing about really like Fujin, is that he can control so many different spaces at any given time. You really have to make the right read. He can back 2 even if he's not close, which is like this mid-range normal, more than mid-range, almost far range. He can go to the air, he can stay on the ground with the forward 3, he can just dash up. Oh, nice, good combo.
The little wake-up backdash. Beautiful stuff from Hayate. He gets the corner out of it. Tossing his opponent into the change. And we've seen this spot before. We've seen this spot a bunch of times at this point. This is a really tough situation for Sunio.
Yeah, he fights well from the corner, but he's just not getting any damage is the problem. He's just not able to find his small little hits. Alright, he's going to have fatal blow.
Okay, so Hayate freezes up a little bit.
I like this, oh! I think that's enough. I'm pretty
I think
confident.
that's enough. Yeah.
I'm always wrong on fatal blows 100% of the time, so I just don't even guess it anymore. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Boom. Nice. Yeah, taking advantage of that. That's, I mean, as a character, as a zoner who primarily gets his damage from zoning, using crushing blows and fatal blows, a lot like Sindel earlier, is gigantic to be able to like close out some of these matches where you just need that much more damage rather than hit him with a lot more projectiles.
He's been right a couple of times. That's Hayate ducking under grabs and getting the down 2 KB yet again.
Wait, was that the command grab? Did he change variations?
No,
I thought he didn't.
it was regular grab.
That was regular grab? Okay, okay. Similar looking little animation there, but here we go. Match point now for Hayate. Seen a lot of relatively one-sided matches so far. Somebody's got to make a huge comeback. Oh no! 2 crushing blows in a row with that move that we just never see the crushing blow for.
Oh man, talk about a stolen turn right there as Hayate definitely fights at negative frames.
Oh no, everything's working out this round for him. This is going to be so tough to make a comeback for. No fatal blow even, so he just has to be crushing blows, just infinite projectiles hitting without a single trade. And I mean, you know, it is the win push, so if you trade really, really well, maybe you can make it happen, but it's just, yeah, it's just chip eventually. This is going to be so hard. There we go. Oh, didn't get the crushing blow, didn't manage to get the punish. He's getting some damage adding up, but oh, again, no damage. Oh, the crushing blow. This is a chance. This is possible.
Becomes maybe doable, and he got the throw KB lined up, so if he gets another throw, it's going to seal the deal. It's maybe possible. He's frozen, though. He's waiting for Hayate to spend that bar.
Oh, he's so low. He's so low.
There's one.
He can't get chipped. He's still got defensive bar. He still has the chance to block some. He's doing so much damage. Can he make his comeback? He can. He does it. Suneo makes nearly a 100% RoboCop comeback. Unbelievable.
That was an amazing, amazing comeback. For somebody who needs to hit so many times. So many times. He did it.
I know, and no fatal blow at all. Just only managing to get these perfect crushing blows that you have to like just perfectly set up, and just every single bit of that, like managing his meter, managing his defensive bar, being able to like, you know, just survive on these weird little hits of chip that Fujin can throw out in these most random places. That was incredible. I mean, that's got to be a morale win, right? At the very minimum. I mean, you got to be going to the next game just being like, I'm the best in the world.
You know, you talked about this character's buffs that came not too long ago in the last patch. One of them was that he got 50 more health. And you can see how important that was right there, because that comeback was made possible by having 50 more health. It would have been over well before that.
Yeah,
back in the day. So, I mean, it really does matter. 2-1 now. Still a lot of control that we've seen from Hayate's Fujin.
Yeah, I mean, this is still going to be a pretty tough road, right, to come back. I mean, you've already lost to somebody once in a tournament, and you're still down 2-1, but again, you know, morale is a really big thing, and no matter how good you are as a player, whatever happens did in fact happen, so you just got to be ready, and right now it looks like Hayate is totally ready, just not missing a beat in taking so much of this life bar.
Suneo really making some bets right here on defense, and absolutely none of them is working out. None of them worked out, even right there as he looks to block instead.
Oh yeah, all right. You know what?
All right.
I can't like wish for another one. We've
Can't
already
even say
got
it.
our wish. Yeah,
No.
yeah. He actually did almost get the crushing blow right there, but yeah, he's only got one defensive bar. The other one just still charging. Actually, he'll get it back in time, and it's not that easy to get that many hits of chip. There we go. One defensive bar gone. Oh, gets the charge. That might have been it. I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more just as far as trying to get guaranteed chip there. But yeah, Hayate playing a little bit safer this time. Just going for the back 2, just waiting for the bar to disappear. And he says, yeah, not 2 rounds in a row.
There's that dashing forward. Just that sudden surprise movement when you don't expect it. And Suneo gets big space, but not much control.
Yeah, he's playing very patient, but he's not as actively zoning as he was before. I mean, he's now finding a lot of damage. Again, like the wrist rocket does a ton of damage, but he's just not finding a ton of hits this time, just because he's waiting to try and punish things.
Suneo now very patient on his defense. Okay, finds out.
Oh. Yeah, good breakaway. Not a whole lot you can do to stop that at that point in time, but now you just have the defensive bar in the corner. Oh, tried for
Look
the
at this! This pressure from Hayate is so free form right now. Okay. Back to the distance. Looking for plus frames on that. Didn't quite connect.
Oh my gosh, this patience! He's just not hitting anything.
He's so worried. He's so worried.
Yeah. Oh no, this is match point. Hayate just needs to find a hit. 2 grabs. All right, maybe one more grab and Chip could do it. This one, maybe just one more grab. Lands the charge. Oh, so close to Chip, and the time is so low.
The time, 5. Can he just wait it out?
Oh,
maybe.
Did he get left back? Did he get left?
Chip.
Oh,
This extra 50 health. This extra 50 health is coming in big time.
That's for sure 2 rounds that have been taken from that 50 health. Well, for sure. There's no doubt about it. You can't question it at all. That's amazing. And all right, Sunio's still in it. Oh my gosh, playing so patient all the way to time, saying, hey, you know what? Grab me. I don't care. I'll still win.
And now okay. Failed, by the way, for Fujin, so he's even scarier up close.
Oh, down one anti-air. That was really nice. All right. Again, just taking him all the way to the corner. Oh, that was actually, I mean, it was cool because he managed to get back out of the corner. Maybe that was the intent. But if it was, that's pretty sick. But yeah, this is another tough one. This is going to be almost all of his life. And again, match point despite the sick comebacks. Oh, the kick parry. Okay. There's a chance. Fatal Pull exists this time. I'm never going to give up at this point with Sunio.
It's possible. The push isn't going to do any damage. There's not enough meter for it yet.
No bar. Yeah, that was a lot tougher of a situation. No way to avoid the chip from even the interactable. And Hayate saying, I'm not letting you do that 2 times in a row. But what did happen 2 times in a row is Hayate beating Sunio. But I gotta say, I still felt that Sunio was the star of that match. With that comeback, that was something else.
That was a super good match. I really enjoyed watching that on both sides. Really interesting decisions on both sides. I think the only time that I saw the Skywalker into dive kick over a projectile was the actual last decision that both players made in the whole set. Like, that only came up once the entire time. And that's exactly when Hayate was in his mind thinking, okay, this is the one time to bring it out. That's the kind of thing that I love. And, you know, to talk back about that game number 1 when he saved the forward 3 for the very end as well, knowing when to bring those options out is so key. And again, Sunio knows all the options, right? It's not like the case of like him being surprised that, oh, this is an option. No, it's just knowing when to bring that stuff out and when to make it, as you were saying, almost something that he wasn't paying as much attention to.
Yeah, no, that matchup in general was so great to see, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying about how we get to see these kind of later DLC characters get pushed to the limits. And I think both of those players did that, are doing that so well currently, and continuing to push the limits. So great stuff to them. Probably my favorite match of the day so far, but there's still a lot to go. Before we go to a short break, though, again, we just want to give a huge shout out to, of course, Sony. You can type !PlayStation or !compete in the chat, or just go to compete.playstation.com and you can see everything that there is to see. But of course, without them, this for sure wouldn't be possible. But that being said, yeah, I need a little bit of a short break after that match, because that was probably one of my favorite sets that I've seen in MK11. So we are going to be going to a short little break while we set up the next ones. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to keep going right after this. My Hero Academia, the strongest hero. Be sure to check that out. You can play just everybody from the show: Deku, All Might, Bakugo, Endeavor, Hawks, Shigaraki. Oh my gosh, I'm stumbling on all of those names. But yeah, it's a cool game. It's got PvP, it's got world exploration, it's got raids. There's just a whole bunch you can do. You can team up with other players. But of course, that is one of the sponsors that we have for this EVO 2021, which is, of course, what you're watching now. As we're going now to just about the getting close down to the second half, I would say, of this top 8 here for North America for Mortal Kombat 11, as we're now going down to our final losers quarterfinals match to see who's going to make it into the top 4.
Coming up next, STG Hijinks versus OD Full Auto coming up to play now. Again, we saw Hijinks has only been sent to losers by Jukes. That was 3-0 at the beginning of this. Other than that, you know, he's had, as we were saying, really big success in a lot of stuff. Hijinks has been great all year in MK11. again, second at EVO warm-up rounds, second at MKPK North America East. He was 4th overall in points throughout the whole season. His second place at Outworld Television Season 8. He's had a lot of stuff going for him. So do not count him out here on the loser side.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of stuff. But really, this is a battle between two players, which honestly is the kind of the majority of the players that we have here today that have been grinding as hard as possible, even during like this more online era, right? Where these players have, I mean, that's been Full Auto's thing forever, right? Even since MKX, all of the OD boys have been just entering every single thing that they can. But Hijinks really kind of that of this era, and both of them, I mean, you know, if you take a look at them versus them before, you know, like maybe like two years ago or a year ago. They are just so much more improved, but only one of them can make it into this top 4.
So we got haircut here for Full Auto. You just saw come out a little more damage.
Yeah,
Not
this
just
is
gonna be about zoning here.
This is interesting to see it actually. Very infamously, a lot of the Sindels really like to go the Air Banshee Barrage, not Barrage, Air Banshee Dash against Sindels, or sorry, oh my gosh, I'm getting these all mixed up, against the Jackie players because they like to be in the air. But that conversion that you get from the haircut, not quite as much maybe.
Woo! It's not enough quite yet. Moving out of the goop. Yep, very quickly. Trying to strike in, and I really like Hijinks taking his turn right back right there. Yep. As soon as it came up.
Yeah, so many different ways to chip your opponent out. Jackie probably the character that puts you into the most checkmate situations in the game. Oh, but there we go. Great way to start it off, especially against the 950 health character.
Oh, let's go. That's so much.
That is the power of that variation. Being able to get those launches, it really changes completely how Sindel plays. But, you know, speaking of high damage, you don't need anything all that special to get high damage from Jackie. However, she gets even more when you do have all of these leaps.
Ooh, okay. Forward 2 right underneath, and Hijinks gets the punish.
Yeah, and reads the breakaway. It's just even that much more damage. Follow does have the Fatal Blow. It's going to be a pretty good Fatal Blow. You know, can catch a lot of things out of the air. So even one straight leap. Oh, that was an attempt to bait it right there. Oh, actually gets the air-to-air, but again, no conversion. And again, no conversion to the Fatal Blow. That could have been it.
Oh, taking all sorts of risks, and it did work. Nice.
Hey, we take those, managing to hold on to that Fatal Blow for later. You know, that is going to be a huge deal to be able to save that. Wow, flawless block from that range. Maybe an accident, but if not, that was impressive.
Oh, big chance? No. There you go, no offensive bar, so not going to be so much. Quite meter dependent.
Oh, jumps over and gets the hit. Again, no confidence in the hit. Oh, tried to get a weird little pickup right there. Not going to be the easiest thing. Still managed to get a good amount of damage from just the plasma being on the ground. Oh, and look at this. Life bar disappeared. Needs to find some huge hits here. I mean, that's a good start. Probably not going to, cash out on Fatal Blow or anything yet. Needed to find at least one more opportunity, but wasn't able to. Just getting clipped a few too many times, which, I mean, it only takes a few, and then Jackie just eliminates your whole life bar.
Yeah, the idea of the haircut, I think, was not just about damage, but we saw, I think, what looked to me like the startup of it as Anti-Air versus Jackie trying to do a leap in, and it got hit by the shrapnel as she shot. Oh, that didn't work out at all. I wonder if there's going to be a change. I mean, Full Auto certainly plays this matchup a lot, right? It's not like he's going to have, like, not fully formed ideas about how to approach Jackie. But what we saw him try to use haircut for there didn't seem like it was quite working.
Yeah, so I bring it up again, you know, a lot of players that played Sindel really liked having that air Banshee dash because you can do it kind of as an instant air, and the Jackies really have to respect it. You know, it covers the entire space that leap covers. You can't dash punch through it or you just get caught, and if it hits a single time, then you just amplify it. It's kind of like the option select where you easy amplify it, and then you get a full combo no matter what the situation. But, you know, we're just, again, not seeing that as an option from Full Auto, and so that's going to make even the fact that he's got the low Star Screamer not that scary because that's just one of the easiest things to punish in the game by just leaping over it. I say as he hits it immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Oop. But is he standing in the damage? No,
he's not.
He wasn't quite, yeah. It looked like it, but it's just the extra range of the heals.
Right back to that mid-range. Okay, yeah, a little bit of damage here as well. So Full Auto playing this mid-range game. Great call out on when to move forward yet again, as we've seen.
Yeah, but the guesses as far as like how many blasts there's going to be have pretty much all gone the way of Hijinks. We just haven't seen the correct anti-air reads. And Sindel does have some really good anti-airs. Plus, you should be getting a little bit more damage off it with the haircut. See, not really coming into play that games, though. Just making the right reads in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Fight.
At that mid-range. Super good! And calling out correctly that there was going to be a breakaway.
Yeah, getting Max off of that. Now here's the Oki. Oh my gosh, trying to get out. Again, it's just these mids. You know, you just get scared to be grabbed and then get chipped over and over. But here we go, big full conversion. Oh, playing aggressive. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a really different style right now. It's a lot more about not just offense, but like active kind of mid-rangey stuff. It's not really keep away at all.
Oh, nice. Gets the side switch. Now needs to find an answer out. That down 4 really good. It actually is an anti-air as well as a poke, but oh no! Oh, the full
no! What the punch there?
Okay,
Both
still have a chance.
Getting a little wild here.
I know that was it. Oh, no full conversion, and now just needs chip. Forward 4 is one of the best at dealing with that. Tried to whiff punish it, didn't quite get it. That is a super unfortunate drop to not be able to get that fatal blow conversion, but regardless, I'd have to say that Full Auto is playing a lot like in the previous set that we saw him in, where the first game, not going his way at all, but it just seemed like immediately he's made that full adaptation, and he's just in control now the rest of the time, and a lot of it, that game was honestly playing a lot more aggressively. It just seemed like it was working.
Yeah, and it was a similar kind of adaptation too. When we saw him before, first game was him running away. It was him like having that full screen distance even when he was down in life, right? And then after that, he really changed it up. It, as you were saying, looked a lot more like pressure mid-range, active mid-range, not just passive stuff, and that really worked out.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any sort of change as far as style from Hijinks now coming. Of course, don't expect any change as far as characters or variations, but there is the opportunity to try and kind of like counter zone or maybe just play a little bit differently, maybe even just a more patient on defense, because, it is really more of a strike throw game. Again, you're not really getting mixed up with highs, lows by Sindel at any point in time, so you can kind of play wait, if you get hit by something like this, though, that's the thing. When you swing, it's Sindel's time to get that damage.
Yo, what a whiff punish as well. Wow, jumped over the back too. That's so sick.
All right, yeah, earning that damage back immediately. It takes a big crushing blow for that damage from Sindel, but Jackie can get it pretty easily by herself.
Yeah, look at this very offensive, active stuff. We're seeing dashing forward from Full Auto. We're seeing pressuring up close.
Yeah, look at that. Just choosing movement, and the spacing is just working so well. And look at this. Now that he's got that amount of lead, yeah, perfect choice. Also got to say, amazing usage of the amplified scream. Not a move that we see a whole lot from a whole lot of Sindels, but you can tell that Full Auto is very comfortable at knowing what its max range is, and people aren't used to having to worry about a mid at that range.
It takes up such a big spot, not just like horizontally, but vertically, as you see too.
Oh yeah, so many times the crushing blow out of the air. That is a heartbreaker 100% of the time. Unless you're the Sindel, then you're very happy. Ooh, nice. Good air to air.
Great call out by Hijinks, looking for the breakaway. Gets a chance to pressure.
And there's a little bit of like a jank 50-50, but
yeah,
the damage is significant, especially when you amplify it like that, and the knockdown is really big.
Wow. And again?
That actually, I think is, I was going to say punishable, but I like that backing up and whiff punishing with back too. And I swear this looks exactly like a repeat of the previous game. A Full Auto just more and more getting a grasp on exactly what he needs to do to fight his opponent, and it's just looking so dominant now.
Yeah, the longer that this goes on, the more that it seems like he has control, for sure. For Hijinks, it's going to have to be, not just trying to inflict his own offense. Obviously, that's a huge part of what his character wants to do. But it's also got to be understanding how to get around and not have to deal with or just play well when getting pressured by his opponent, because that has been such a huge part of this. You mentioned when Sindel backed off and was confident in that life lead. That still is there. That zoning, that mid-range control is still there in those instances. But the bulk of this is really more about, again, active, moving forward, playing offense. It's working out.
So one reason, too, that I think that works out so well for full auto is something that I see him do that I see almost no other Sindels do, even the best in the world. We've seen a lot of them, especially from kind of like the East Europe like area, but nobody whiff punishes with back two like full auto does, which is, you know, her only like kind of raw launcher you don't have to spend any bar for. And he just creates, especially when he's on the offense like we've seen, he creates situations where he knows he can whiff punish something and has the confidence to go for it. And I think in both the sets that we've seen from him so far, as he's gotten more comfortable against his opponent, he's ended up going for the back two whiff punishes more, and we actually are going to see our first final game character switch of the day and our first Cetrion of the day. I was going to note how interesting it is that we didn't have any Cetrions, but now I guess we'll see if we see any Cetrion wins, because with low Starscreamer and Haircut, both very good at dealing with a lot of what the character can bring.
Very classic build, of course, for Cetrion here. She's got that teleport. She's got, full auto. Threatening. I'm right in there immediately. Here's the teleport.
Oh, catches with the overhead. Probably not as an overhead, probably just actually hit it like some movement or something like that. But you look at this, yeah, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, you see, look, you have to teleport in for the aggression, and that's really not where you want to be exactly as Cetrion. You want to get more value out of your zoning, but the low Starscreamer, really, really good projectile. Oh, almost got the air-to-air right there with the jump too. Using that hair. It's one of the longer jumps
forward. Happy to see that right there out of Hijinks. And then again, full auto finds the hit. It's almost enough. Yeah. Oh, it's not. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, there's a chance. I can't believe that Jay didn't kill. That was very weird. It looked like it had no damage, but here we go. The pressure's pretty scary in the corner. Oh, but again, the jump kick, air to air, has been working so well in every matchup for full auto.
Round 2, fight.
And he's at it. Wow! What a whip punish! That was too good.
Oh, this.
Looking for break.
Yeah, and then just as he gets up, uses the command grab from the interactable. Oh my gosh, I have to say, I don't know if I like this pick. I mean, I understand the point of it, but overall, it just doesn't seem like it's been working out. It looks like full auto is just too comfortable in this matchup, which you truly have to be. Another one of those characters. Wow, use the float to get over the Hell's Wrath. So good. That's just an unbelievable level of comfort, and the flawless block, everything all in a row. That was just a class on how to play that matchup.
Super impressive. You could see that he knew everything about the matchup and also everything that Hijinks was going to do. I mean, I feel for Hijinks here. That decision to go to Cetrion didn't work. Didn't work at all. I liked more of what the Jackie was doing. I mean, the Jackie got the W in the first game. Obviously, after that, Sindel changed quite a bit for full auto. He had a great adaptation. But that change, boy, full auto really knew what to do in that match. He just completely shut that character down. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous match from him.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I love that we're seeing. You know, for a while after Ultimate came out, and I mean, I think still kind of a general consensus, you know, we see a lot of people say, yeah, Cetrion, clear #1 in the game, and a lot of people are saying, you know, there's absolutely no answers to her, but as time has gone on, people have gotten a lot more comfortable with a lot of the weirder characters, like, for example, you know, Sindel, of course, that was the clear answer, but also like RoboCop is one of the characters that, you know, we're not going to see here, but a lot of people have really not liked that matchup as time has gone on, so it's really cool to see people just continue to develop tech against Cetrion, and she's not this character that we're just going to see in every single matchup because she can counterpick to at least a 5-5. But yeah, great stuff. That knowledge was just impeccable, and the execution of that knowledge was impeccable. But that does mean that we are now set with our top 4 of today, which is going to be now even just more of a bloodbath. But before we move on to that top 4, just once again, I want to give a shout out out to Visible, one of our sponsors for today, bringing you EVO 2021. And just again, you can take advantage of Visible for as low as $25 a month when you join Party Pay. It has reimagined the traditional friends and family plan with Party Pay. You can have your neighbor, your coworker, your friends join. Each of them receives a lower monthly payment, so your squad can share all the savings and nothing else if you don't want to. It's all powered by Verizon 5G, and of course each person will manage their own account and payment separately, so thank you again to them. But yeah, top 4 decided. It's very interesting just to even see the characters that we've ended up seeing in this top 4, because we will be seeing one Jackie. You know, I think people maybe expected a few more Jackies, but then we're going to have Ninja Killa playing all Liu Kang so far that we know of. Of course, there's a chance for more. Liu Kang, a character we haven't seen quite as much recently. Then Hayate playing the Fujin, and then Full Auto playing the Sindel. So pretty varied top 4, even getting down to it.
Well, as you said before, as we began, even though there are 8 players and one of the matches was a mirror match, we expected we might see even more than 7 characters, right? And we already have seen that. So it's been cool to watch so far. As you just mentioned, we have narrowed down the top 4. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back with that coming up soon.
Oh, maybe not. Actually, just hearing word. Yeah, no. You know what? We're
gonna phase on through. Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's get right back into the matches then. I'm very happy to hear that.
It makes sense to me. I don't know if you all were watching the Tekken Grand Finals right before this, but it was incredible. However, it was very long. It was very, very long, which has just meant more good, good matches of those Grand Finals. But yeah, I was definitely watching that. I was waiting for this. So yeah, we probably should continue to move through.
Works for me.
Huge shout outs to all the production team, by the way. Yeah. They've been going through a lot to bring everybody EVO this year. So I'm glad that we do get to have something. But let's see which matchup we're going to. We're going, oh my, wait a minute. Ninja Killa with the Scorpion? Is this for real?
I'm not sure it's for real.
Okay, I don't know. All right, I was excited. Okay,
some pretty suspect decisions on defense right there. I don't know about that.
Hey, you know what? You don't ever do damage by blocking, but no, they have these players once again trolling the said production team by going into a match and then not being the real thing. But you know, I always expected that it was a possibility. You know, we know Ninja Killa for a lot of his MKX play as well as his MK11 play, and Scorpion being like a very high pressure run cancel character in that game, he does have a quite good Scorpion. So you know, you never know, especially with Ninja Killa. I've seen Ninja Killa play like Kano before. I've seen him play Johnny Cage. I've seen him play just basically every character in the game. So you just really never know, especially if, you know, maybe he's got some tech that nobody knows against Jackie. But Liu Kang, probably the pick to go to. I don't think Liu Kang has too many matchups where you're really just like lost and you're like, I really need to find another pick. He's just kind of the average, at least, character in the game. So it's pretty solid.
He's definitely a very strong character, no doubt about it. You're right that we see him a little bit less than we once did, but he's definitely legit. So that seems like a reasonable guess to me. I also wouldn't be super surprised to see something else, but for Jukes, of course, it's going to be the Jackie winners finals of North America. Ninja Killa with Spawn! Okay. Character that we see against Jackie sometimes. He's got a couple of normals that deal really well with that kind of air approach. They attack the sky nicely. They control mid-range. We actually just saw the little CPU shadow do him down there. The 3/4s are nice. He deals a lot of damage. Soul Forfeit means that once it activates, he gets access to every crushing blow whenever he wants. And that means gigantic combos, gigantic damage. You know this player is going to be hitting that execution for sure.
I don't know if, oh my gosh, what a great start, but I don't know if this is something that like we should know that Ninja Killa's played before, because I don't think I've ever literally seen this, but this is like a dream choice of mine. Like if I got to see any player with any character Soul Forfeit Spawn from Ninja Killa is like, I don't know, it's definitely up there, because the combos that Ninja Killa could get are going to be absolutely disgusting for sure, but I'm so glad we're seeing Spawn. Yeah, this is our 9th character to be seen in this top 8.
Really good projectiles as well. He can delay the second one way longer than you even think. It's pretty wild. And you can hit him from really far too.
Yeah, one of the biggest things...
option up close.
Ooh, nice flawless block, but yeah, immediate breakaway. But yeah, the standing 3, of course, so, you know, we kind of have to talk about that. It's like one of the best anti-airs in the game, but only from far away. That move right there, it also just checks people in neutral so well.
Yeah, when this game shows chain normals, you can bet there's no hitboxes in those things, baby. He's not gonna get hurt if you attack through those. He's attacking you. That's all. You can't attack him.
Hey, you know, a chain attack, one of the most infamous attacks in Mortal Kombat, so you gotta put respect on the chain attacks, but yeah, it's been the case for quite a while, either with the Takeda stuff or now with Spawn. And yeah, you can just see, I mean, Juke's just playing so patiently, just trying not to get hit, because every single hit is going to be converted into full damage when you have that hell charge. And there it is again.
Juke's tried to challenge.
Oh, no full conversion there. Can't get all that much. You can get, like, I don't know, back forward 2, but you're not really getting that easily. Oh, good flawless block. Oh, that's it. Great conversion, my gosh. Just no chance to get the pressure going from Jukes. Maybe looking a little bit like uncomfortable with the fact that the spawn was picked. Maybe didn't expect it. Again, it's not something that I've certainly ever seen Ninja Killa play. It might be a pick that he's chosen a few times before, but it's hard to follow every single person, and definitely not one of the picks that I think he's used in like tournaments very heavily.
I mean, the man hasn't been playing in tournaments very much, right? That's part of why we know coming into this, we said he's probably the favorite. We know that he's extremely talented. And, you can watch him play sometimes. He streams, that kind of thing. But, like, in terms of tournament play, you just don't get to see it very often. And so it's not a surprise that we are surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just so happy. I just gotta say, I'm so happy to see
sick.
Spawn. I mean, Spawn is such a sick character, but also just think about all of the DLC characters that we got to see today so far. We've seen Spawn, Sindel, Fujin, RoboCop. Like, we're seeing a whole lot of the cast that have come into the game a lot later into it and are still now just being explored more and more. And to see Ninja Killa do it, it's special that we get to see this.
Here's Jukes, gotta make the offense count. He's up close. No, Ninja Killa with the rare wake-up attack.
Yeah, there's stats that you can actually see on playing ranked in the game, and Ninja Killa showed his stats, and his wake-up, the things that he doesn't wake up, it was like 95% just nothing. Which is just, just be patient and just guess correctly afterwards. Which is incredible, just the kind of player he is.
Again, there's that delay in the fireball. Jukes with attack. Ninja Killa right back in.
Oh no! Again, another character that has incredible ground movement. If your movement tech is good, you've got the wave dashes, and Spawn, again, slow walk speed, but wave dashing incredibly fast. And Ninja Killa, probably one of the best wave dashers in the game.
Of course, whatever the execution is, that man's ready for it. There's the catch as he tried to go up into the sky. Jukes is really having trouble getting things going. There's a chance though. There is defensive bar. Ninja Killa hangs on.
Oh, tried the down one. Maybe just a little bit early in that situation, but yeah, that's going to be chip. Grease kick, one of the better chip moves in the game. Of course, super unsafe, but if you've got damage over time on the ground and the chip from the grease kick, more often than not, you're going to be getting that chip kill.
I love Jukes just getting out of the corner. Oh, here we go. No.
All right, and now, one thing that we haven't seen yet is Soul Forfeit. We haven't seen it get even to a third round yet. So there is the opportunity to use that. It does get rid of some of your bar, but that's when the combos get nasty. And he might save it until he can for sure get a one-hit kill from it, but we'll see.
I mean, he's actually already pretty close to that. Yeah, he's there now.
We'll see if he even feels like he needs it. Oh no! What? Missed the conversion. Gets a second nice conversion, but all right, here we go. Gonna get the grab. At this point, you're probably not worth it for Soul Forfeit. You probably just want to keep your bar.
Right.
It is often used as kind of like a comeback tool. Of course, down to that life, but nice. This is a big pickup. Now you can get some leap with Oki after this, but I mean that's really scary because there's the possibility of flawless block, the anti standing 3, just a whole lot. Let's see what the option is. Zone.
Yeah, those fireballs are so strong. Oh, here's Jukes. Trying it. Oh, yes! Oh, the hit! As Ninja Killa was, I think, trying down one underneath. No, Jukes was there.
Yeah, that is going to be the guess right there, because if that was just a jump punch after that first blast, we were going to see, again, probably the 1-1-2 or just some sort of normal into the grease kick, which would have been enough hits to break through last breath and then get the kill, probably. But if it wasn't that, then it was 2 blasts in a row, which is going to beat the anti-air for it. So it really was a 50-50 situation where if either person guessed correctly, they were going to win, and it just came down to that one final read. But yeah, this is not going to be super free for Ninja Killer. We are going to at least go to a 1-1 here.
I would love to see more of the Spawn. We'll see what his choice is, but what's he? Yeah, he's right back in there. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
And I think you can see some of the strengths that the character has. It's not that he has, like, you know, spine burst, easy anti-air or something like that. It's that he has this big mid-range control. He's got great movement so that he doesn't have to deal with where Jackie can easily attack with leaps and the like. Got big damage when those situations come up. He has nice pressure for himself. He has the fireball to control space too. He's a good character.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's been really well played so far, too, of course, by Ninja Killer, but it just came down to a few reads, right? That can happen, especially at, like, the highest level with 2 high-damage characters. That's sometimes just all it takes. But again, finding that opening, and yeah, that's the thing with Spawn, is he doesn't really have any great ways of baiting breakaways in his combos. He just lets them hit and then tries to open you up one more time, and if he does hit you in the second time, you're dead.
There's that super late delay.
No anti-air.
So patient. Well, there's Jukes.
Nice. Gets the full conversion and the damage over time on the ground. That actually could be it. No. It just goes for a little bit of a weird pickup right there. And now, yeah, no defensive bar. Don't get hit. Nobody needs to get hit here.
Oh, the 3, but not the 4.
Oh! No whip punish. Goes to the overhead. That might be it. Damage over time. Yeah, you have to jump out, but even if you do jump out, the upward angle is going to work. And Jukes really starting to adapt to the Spawn pick. Again, I think that Jukes was just, like, not ready for Spawn to be picked in that first game, but as time is going on, he's like, okay, you know what? I can get this. Oh, no, the Jackie curse! The Jackie curse trying to down 2 Punisher for a grab. She steps so far back, and it's so easy for those down 2s afterwards to whiff. And, I mean, it was a great reaction, a great attempt to punish, but look how much Ninja Killer has paid for it.
Jukes has been totally in control until now as Ninja Killer finds the hits, the restand after a ton of damage. And the grab again. It's been more the focus for Jukes as this goes on.
Oh, good tech.
Oh, there it is. Forfeit. That
can't get by anything.
Bar's gone permanently, as you can see.
Grab or strike or death here. Nice tech, nice tech. Had to go for that there.
He will literally kill if he finds... okay.
There's one.
Part 1.
There's 2. Oh, and one more hit, and that is going to be it.
Let's go.
Oh, that is exactly what you want to use that for, especially against a 950 health character. All you need is one hit, and that was within the same combo if it started with a grab as well. That's just what the character works so good, but here we go. Now all those crushing blows are gone. I mean, you usually don't want to have to use that in a second round. You want it in a third, but I'm saying that this game's almost over.
Oh no, the standing reset whiff, but Ninja Killer's right back in there. Still here. The grab comes. Will he spend KB? No, he does not.
Oh, gotta get out of this corner.
Oh, Juke's in trouble. You can see it. He's frozen. As frozen as the statues behind him. The dead men are there. Ninja Killer's gonna not.
Okay. Oh. Down 1 to fireball, what a challenge! Okay. Oh, catches the back roll, that's gonna be it! The long arm of the law that Jackie jumped to, one of the longest jump punches in the game for some reason. But that is going to be Jukes now going up 2-0 against Ninja Killer. We were talking Ninja Killer, probably the favorite for this entire tournament, but if Jukes knocks him into losers, that's gonna be huge. And also, let me remind you all, this matchup is not just to see who goes into the grand finals, but it guarantees a spot at the offline event later this year. So this is like one of the 2 probably most important matches of this tournament. Of course, grand final is extremely important as well, but these players want that chance probably more than anything else to make it there, and Jukes is now 1 game away.
That's right, yeah. Getting into grand finals, let me bring up the money as well. Top 2, second place, $1,250. First place, $2,000. So getting into grand finals for that reason is pretty nice. Third place is $500, so it's quite a jump right there. So now, if you are Ninja Killer, do you stay with the Spawn as he's now down 2-1? Wouldn't be surprised to see a change. I mean, I think the Spawn has been fine, but
Yeah, but Jukes has just been, I mean, in control. Just really like
figuring it out.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Spawn is you do have to commit to a lot of your options. It's not the safest character in the game. The standing 3 is like an amazing normal, but if it's jumped over, then that's it. But wow, sticking with the Spawn, confidence to be able to make it back 2 games straight. Let's see if that pays off.
Little stolen turn for Ninja Killer there.
Flawless walk the down 3.
I love how he walks through the goop without worrying about it too much. It is damage that you take, but it's more important to have positioning is how he's playing.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you can wait, but the thing is if you wait it out, then they just get to basically reposition themselves and then place down more goop. So you kind of lose-lose, you just kind of have to accept it and not think of it as like you're being hit.
Okay, we got Jukes here.
Oh, that was definitely an input error. Tried to do the air blast, I think, instant, but maybe accidentally got jumping too. Not going to matter. Going to find another opening, and that's going to be crushing blow, and that's going to be match point now for Jukes to confirm his spot at the offline event and confirm his spot in the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Again, this is our only player who's not on the East Coast as well. Texas.
Our furthest west, so it's 2 West Coast commentators, you know
Yeah.
the feeling.
Yeah, we're claiming them.
That's how Texas has to be. Both sides can claim, but okay, so lots of pressure here from Ninja Killer this time. Playing a lot more aggressive, I think, realizing that the passive game is just giving Jukes opportunities. Uh-oh. Those back throws have been working so well the entire set from Jukes. Not afraid to lose the corner over them either.
Great patience by Jukes right there. Patience again! Alright, he's gonna get the corner. He's in here. Ninja Killer out.
Yeah, that was a great roll. The first roll I think the Ninja Killer's done. And it's gonna give him the corner. He doesn't have a lot of meter left, but oh, he doesn't need a whole lot. Okay, there's the breakaway. One more hit, that should be it. And now needs to win one more round to tie things up.
Fight.
Starting out in a pretty good positioning. Yeah. Gonna get the corner again if he'd like to. Oh, soul forfeit. It's round 3. Why not? Uh-oh. There's no defensive bar for breakaway, so Jukes is in huge trouble. Huge trouble.
How much damage can this be? All right, the charge, and then here's the down 2.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! All of the crunching blows in a row. Is that enough damage? Oh my god!
That was literally 2/3 of her 950 health. There's the last hit as well. Ninja Killer, what a ridiculous 3rd round. We talked about this man's execution. There you go.
Oh my gosh, it was so close, so close, so close. Jukes just right there, and then soul forfeit. It's one of those moves that, I mean, a lot of spawns really just didn't think was going to be that useful, but when you get into those situations where it's like, it's do or die right now, you want your do basically to be a grab or strike into like 900 damage, right? Like that's what you want as far as risk reward. That is unbelievable. And finally getting that opportunity, he lands 100% of that combo. That was his first chance to get it completely. That was so good.
Okay, well, it's evened up now, 2-2 in this winner's finals. You know, so far in this top 8, we've had 3 1s and 3 0s, and now we have our first game number 5, and what better time to have it than at winner's finals, Jukes and Ninja Killer.
Fight.
All right, all the same stuff going in. Again, though, the aggression starting off strong from Ninja Killer. I really do think he started to realize that he has to be more aggressive. No! Huge combo drop right there. I mean, that was a gigantic amount of life. And now, yeah, had to take some damage to get out of the corner. And by some damage, I mean like half your life.
Yeah, and that was actually a dash out of underneath of the leap in order to get that 3-4 punish by Ninja Killer's beautiful movement by him. As he is in complete control, Jukes in trouble.
Oh, starting to tech the grabs too. It just feels like everything is falling away from Jukes. But okay, here's the chance. Jackie always has a chance. Okay, maybe not right now, but now actually coming from behind, Ninja Kill is now on the 1 on match point to guarantee his spot and make it to grand finals. But Jukes just needs to readapt, just needs to find his space, find his hits. Ooh.
Defensive bar's gone now for Jukes. Ninja Killer with the knockdown, so forward again.
Oh, he wants to end it here. He wants to immediately. And this honestly has to just be basically knockdown and a knockdown. Yeah, no grab.
Yeah, you got to take a forward throw, that's for sure right now.
Oh no. Oh no. Could this possibly be it? No, I don't think it quite be. I think only off the grab could you get that much, but this is going to be so close. And there's the next crushing blow. Now one more hit. Oh, the big drop. Wasn't able to get the 3-3-4, but there's still a chance. And winning this means that all those crushing blows are gone. That could be huge. Oh, the drop.
It's a huge opportunity for Jukes. No, the execution error is gonna lose it for him. The execution error when he had the chance to take the round and send us to the final round of the set. Instead, it's Ninja Killa taking it 3 games to 2.
Oh my gosh, what a heartbreaker. I mean, of course, amazing stuff to Ninja Killa, absolutely earning that spot using Spawn of all characters. Not a character that we see all the time, but wow, that is got to hurt for Jukes. Really unfortunate, so well played, but that was 2 execution errors 2 times in that very final game, not getting the air blast and instead getting the jumping 2 over, and that just gave the perfect opportunities to Ninja Killa. So congratulations. Ninja Killa will be one of the players invited to Vegas later this year, but we still have to see who our last player will be. And I mean, you know that after that, Jukes is going to want to get that spot again, because that was as close as things get, and that's just, like I said, a rough way to go out.
That was such a good match, dude. I mean, I feel for Jukes in terms of how it ended up with, in part, you know, his execution errors leading to the loss there. But as a viewer, from the viewer perspective, super sick that the control of Spawn, the movement of Ninja Killa, the offensive Jukes, but also the patience in terms of when to turn it on. This execution, this combo right here, amazing stuff. And then at the end, just after that error by Jukes, the great punish by Ninja Killa to seal the deal.
Yeah.
Amazing match.
Yeah, that was so good, honestly, from both sides, and I'm glad, you know, that, like I said, neither of these players are out. Jukes will be waiting now in the losers finals, and we do have to see who is going to be facing up against him by playing the losers semifinals. But before we do that, we are once again going to be taking a small break to get those players ready. So again, don't go anywhere, because it has truly heated up here, and we are going to go into the top 4 again after this break.
We have made it into the top 4 here at EVO 2021 Online North America for Mortal Kombat 11. We just saw a barn burner of a winners finals. Fantastic match between Jukes and the winner, Ninja Killa. Now we go down to the loser side. So Hayate versus OD Full Auto will be coming up next. Here's a little refresher of what the bracket looks like.
Yeah, so we do have one player again confirmed for the offline event later this year, but now only one of Hayate, Full Auto, and Jukes can be joining Ninja Killa there. And I guess just as a little bit of a reminder, if you didn't see the other regions from Latin America, we have Conqueror and Killer Shinnok, 2 of my favorite players. And then from Europe, we have Disarted and K-Top, who are also 2 of my favorite players. So yeah, we've got a lot of really good matches coming up for that. But yeah, like I said, only one of them can, one of the players that we have here can be joining them there. And we're starting off with, like you said, Full Auto against Hayate, and this should be a really interesting match. I think it's just one of those that we haven't seen a whole lot, even though these 2 characters came out at the same time.
Yep. No surprises in terms of the characters that we're going to get here. Hayate, so impressed by his timings to bring things out versus Sunio's Robocop. That was a fantastic match from him. Because it wasn't always every option, right? He held on to some things in his back pocket for just long enough to bring them out at exactly the right moments. I think that was so impressive. On the other side, we got the build of Sindel that we saw from earlier here. So this is not the anti-Jackie one, this is the one that we saw previously.
Yeah, so if the pattern continues for Full Auto will decisively lose the first set and then make an adaptation and win the rest of them. But I'm sure Hayate is not going to want that to happen. Maybe the key is to lose your first game against Full Auto, and then he won't be able to win. Maybe that's the secret.
Ooh, over it.
That was one of the first times that we've seen that air projectile work really well today. For, you know, a lot of cases like that. But yeah, just holds in the air so long. That was beautiful.
Yeah, we've seen him react to projectiles. He got over Sonya projectiles. He got over Hayate as well. However.
Oh, the pushback on that so far. Great usage of it like a zoning tool.
Patience. Oh, maybe too much patience. A little duck from Hayate afterward. And he's going to seal it.
Wow, yeah, went for the jab punish on the dive out of the air, but it's one of those moves that leaves you just very low to the ground as you're recovering. So the jab whiffed, even though it might have been one of those moments where it could have been a punish. Just needed to go for some sort of mid. However, Sindel, not really known for having the fastest mids. They're very far, but her fastest mid is something like 14 frames.
Okay, the wrist from Full Auto pays off. And back to this distance game, that's where he would love to be. Hayate's use of the push, though, I gotta say, in matches where other characters are trying to zone him, has been immaculate.
Yeah, normally we see a lot of people shift between like the push and the warp needle, but I just think that it's been so many zoners that we've seen Hayate go against, and it's been the push almost every time. And here it's going to be pretty tough to make that comeback. And yeah, it's going to come down so much to, again, like Hayate's had to do in so many different matches before, how many times can he make it in? How many knockdowns can he get to take advantage of? And then, of course, how much damage can he get when he finds those openings?
Oh, here's punish, yes. Full Auto goes right back to that zone. Now, threatening different timings can't always be the same. Nice pickup.
Ooh, attempted the back two right there. Not safe, but the back two didn't. Actually, back two from both players coming out right there. Oh, that's unsafe. Wow.
Totally unsafe. Yeah, very surprising to see that and for Full Auto not to punish.
He was ready for it too. He like dashed up afterwards and then just did like a forward four. The jab would have definitely worked right there. All right, big life lead here from Hayate, but all it's going to take is one like screen crushing blow, and it's going to be game just because it's going to be screen crushing blow and a fatal blow. So has to watch for that. Oh no! Oh, the head!
That was after breakaway, so this is going to do full damage.
Oh, that is killing for sure.
That's the game.
Oh my gosh, that was all so good. The super long cancel on the scream into the dash up back two, into the perfectly spaced fatal blow to catch the breakaway. All of that in a row is perfect. But okay, so Full Auto won the first game. Does that mean now that he loses because he can't make his 3 comeback?
It's just gonna flip the script entirely. Yeah. Look, I mean, I like the game plan. The game plan was working out well for parts of that. Again, I'm really impressed by Hayate's movement, as always. His choices of when to bring out options is always interesting. But yeah, Sindel had screen control throughout a lot. And then, I mean, if you even think about it, there was another chance to get significant damage. 2 other chances that I could think of where Full Auto had chances to get legit damage. And so it actually could have maybe even been more lopsided.
Yeah, Full Auto just playing better and better, I think, as this tournament's going on even, but this is a really good performance by him in general today. Hayate, though, you know, another player that we've seen in this tournament make a kind of like an adaptation, a late adaptation up against Ninja Killa. Wasn't quite enough, but just goes to show that he can absolutely do it. And especially with a character like Fujin that just has so many options in so many situations, just needs to find the right change in playstyle.
Hope to bait something, not punish. Okay! And he's been on point with this execution each time.
Oh, going for a pretty simple combo there, and lands the butt-crushing blow. Not one that you usually see, but that's going to be a lot of damage. Look at this, 80% life lead. Uh-oh, okay, here we go. Jumps into that. Nice punish on the landing frames.
Yeah, just like that, it's the corner. Oh, not for long. Never mind. God, the movie
yeah.
this character.
Oh, down one at the whip flip at that much of a life lead. That is a gigantic risk, but hey, you know what? It works. And that was honestly, aside from the fact that that was just another strong round from Full Auto, that put a lot of, I think, doubts into Hayate's head, right? Like now Hayate knows, okay, you're willing to down whip and flip, you're willing to go for the screen crushing blow in situations like that, you're willing to go for the butt crushing blow in further rounds, or further games, I should say. So there's a lot of things to think about now after that round.
Oh, that makes sense. Hayate trying to push towards the fish. He not punished, huh?
Oh, Joel just gets the back two into nothing. That's kind of scary. Like, wait a minute, what are you doing there? Oh,
big
went
chance.
for it. Yeah, that is a huge punish. Probably going for the attempt to poke back right there. It can crushing blow people trying to down one you back.
Just like that, here's full auto. Overhead. Right back in there. Hayate woke up stand blocking. He knew it was coming. Oh, the risks are coming out.
Oh my god, no! Overhead. Okay, are we going to see standing 3 into low projectile at some point? Oh no, the trade! That was super awkward. And now the fatal blow has to go on cooldown. That could have been the kill if that was still up. Really awkward. But now just one hit apiece from either one, and that maybe is it. Doesn't go for the fatal blow, but manages to close it out anyway.
Couple of real funky situations there.
Fight.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that was a really interesting mix-up game that Full Auto was willing to do there in that corner. I really do think that we are going to see standing 3 into the low projectile at some point soon, because he is now conditioned in that he is willing to do that overhead. Cancel. Oh. That cancel is super fake, but it's just like a timing thing that you don't expect it.
Right. Over it again. He's always paying attention when he jumps back.
Yeah, Full Auto just has such good matchup knowledge of like every matchup. We've seen it just so many times today. Oh, couldn't get a
it did work! Full Auto had been so patient in those situations, and there he chose to do something.
Yeah, what a huge risk taken by Hayate. Oh, speaking of huge risks, this might actually be it. No, not quite enough. With the meter, it's going to be like one hit away, yeah. So there's a chance. There's a lot of resources still available.
Okay, Full Auto, maybe 2 patient chips a big problem now.
Uh-oh.
Hayate, if he gets hit, this is over.
4-2 right here. It's a good meaty. Oh, he tried the same exact thing. He tried the same exact setup that he won with the first game. If he had hit him with that 2 times in a row, that would have been absolutely demoralizing. But this time, Hayate was ready. He said, you know what? Just patience. Don't want to get hit by Scream. Don't want to get hit by back 2. Don't want to get hit by Fatal Blow. I'm just going to wait for my moment and take that chip. So really, really good. Exact adaptation. You can see the exact same situation and how they react to it differently throughout the set. But yeah, maybe it's the 3-0 from Hayate now. Maybe it's the reverse Full Auto.
You're gonna bet on that, yeah. I like the patience. It was not just being willing to just sit there and block. He took the throw, for example, right? He's cool. Get me back to a different a range where I can feel more comfortable, where I can not be at risk. He was happy for that.
All right, and we are going to see a little bit of a wait here. Maybe it doesn't necessarily mean a change, right? There are a lot of people. I want to give a shout out to my friend Nubcakes, who infamously tilts every single opponent that he has by waiting out almost the entire timer on character select screen, because he's just sitting there, like kind of centering himself, getting ready, readjusting, thinking about the previous match, and it's a tool that works very, very well. It's something that people did a lot more back in offline when it was a lot more clear what you were doing, but people kind of feel pressured now, and I think that people should take a little bit more of their time.
Turtling on the character select screen has been a tactic since time immemorial.
Well, it works. Let's see.
Haircut. So low star screamer and haircut. This is again an option that we saw before versus Jackie. I'm gonna go back to this build now.
Yeah, I mean, I did really like the Air Banshee Barrage. It was working very well, jumping over those pushes, but we'll see if this damage means a lot, and it should show up right now. Here we go. Immediately causing the breakaway.
Nice! Hayate, ready for that stuff.
Oh, weird little late push off of that string, but it worked. Oh, nice.
It's been so rare that Full Auto has done something like that. We saw him walk forward really far, then jump as well. So now, Hayate has big pressure.
Oh my gosh, another one. Super long grab animation. Okay, oh no, doesn't get the full pickup. Manages to keep himself safe. And now he has the corner technically. Oh yeah, this
is in trouble.
It's a tough life lead to make it back from. Yeah, there we go. Hayate. Looking like he's feeling a lot more comfortable. We haven't seen the haircut do a whole lot. That's the big thing, too, about haircut, is that it does give a free breakaway. You can react to the second hit and then break away, and there's nothing they can do about it. So it's a lot like we saw from Spawn. However, Spawn will be getting a lot more damage off of it.
Hayate's offense is really what this is about at the moment. Okay, the up 3 from way over there.
Yeah, that was a cool little attempt. What the heck? What is going on suddenly? Hayate's
I don't know,
very,
but
very
look,
strange.
Hayate's offense has actually worked out. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that stuff.
Hey, yeah, none of that stuff's been really punished, so you know we take those.
Yeah.
Oh, big hit, yeah, look at this. This is going to be the power of the haircut. It's going to be pretty good damage overall.
Okay, yeah, the big down two, she's got a nice, well, slow one, but a big range on it.
Yeah, but you know, when somebody's approaching from the sky and situations like that, that's exactly what you want, right? You don't need a fast one if you can see them coming. And that could have actually been the kill. Probably shouldn't have gone for the like haircut, but gone for the hair whip in there instead. A little bit easier. But regardless, managed to close it out.
Hayate backs off. His pressure has been so strong. I'm surprised to see that as he's slowly trying to build his way back in.
Oh, didn't press a button. Very smart. Oh, wow. What the? Okay, yeah, so that's punishable, but just a little bit late because of the spacing. Maybe just the forward would work. The grab didn't quite work.
Great patience by Hayate. Waited it out. And okay, a little bit of damage there.
Oh, and I like that. As soon as Volato got that knockdown, dashed up 3 times to get out of that corner, because we have seen the corner work very well for Hayate in the past. Oh, could have maybe got more damage there, but you know, it's not going to matter. The down 2, like I said, the fact that it's huge is so advantageous. You know, if that was somebody like Jackie, that dive kick would have absolutely baited the down 2, and that could have been a full punish, but full auto now, going up 2-1.
It was a little curious to me that there was an opportunity for Hayate to pressure, and he chose to actually back off and put out pushes instead. His offense, in my mind, was what was successful for him in that previous game and in the round that he took. And you know, to make that choice to back off, I mean, that wasn't like immediately why he lost, but he didn't snowball at a time where when he got the knockdowns before, he was definitely snowballing.
Yeah, especially too, it was a situation where like he could have gained a lot of like space on the screen, and
right.
he instead like kind of gave full auto a lot of space on that screen. I'm not sure. I mean, I trust in his judgment, but
of course.
yeah. But whatever it was, you know, if it was a bait on something, it just didn't quite work out. Maybe like expecting something like a wake up scream or something weird like that. I don't know the exact situation, but yeah, I mean, clearly, you know, hindsight's 20/20, but we'll see if he can keep up the pressure this time.
Yeah, that's really what it's been about. When he's had success in this match so far, it's been about his pressure.
Fight.
Well, he's going to be sticking with the same thing. Again, you know, we do very often see the warp needle instead of the push. The push being pretty valuable at trading in these like knockdown projectile situations, but warp needle can add a whole lot to your gameplay as far as like safety and chip.
Ooh, nice little preemptive button from Hayate right there.
All right, and like you said, you know, he's starting to run over full auto with the pressure. That's a big punish. Yeah, that's one of those things. If he hadn't done the up 3 after the forward forward, maybe a little bit safer. But again, the interactable usage, the same one that we saw Sunio using very well earlier.
A little bit of patience here for full auto. I tried to get that funky stagger timing. No. That's what he's trying for now. And Hayate battles. Oh.
Oh,
Wrists up close.
should have gone for the butt again.
Right.
Oh, the dive kick, nice, and he confirms it into the amplify. Got a little bit of time for that. And Hayate looking like he's really back in this. Might be our second game 5 of the day.
It's looking good right now. Harasses with the push, and this allows him to move forward. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
The absolute wind god.
The cancel into the backdash into the whiff punish. That was within like less than a second. That was beautiful. Caught you. Oh, good air to air. Like gonna spin out all the bar and nice. Gets the full conversion from it. Would have been a lot less without this variation.
Oh, there. Yep, that spot right there. You got to really pay attention to the back two. Full auto has defensive bar, didn't spend. Nice read.
Yeah, the comeback possibility is still absolutely here. Again, you know, it's one scream, one good called on scream into death. And there's one scream. Oh, the float! Oh no!
He actually kept it going. So often Hayate had actually come down with dive kick or just with landing, and instead he kept it going full auto, tried to challenge in the air, and no.
Yeah, that was
still there.
It's a cool attempt, but that fly, it's actually like a fly or whatever float. It's actually not a very good move. You very rarely see it. Sometimes you see it for people to hold themselves in the air over projectiles for a bit, but it actually has like really bad recovery, and you have to do these like very like telegraphed movements. So like you have to go dash down, and then you land and you recover, and you do forward and back. So there's not a lot you can do in the air there. So I don't know if there was a way to get out of it. I liked the attempt because, you know, it's death if you don't do it. But yeah, unfortunately that move is like not exactly the best move. So that was a really good call by Hayate to know that he could guarantee that punish there, even if it was just by chip. And that does mean we are going to get our second game 5 of the day.
All right. Full Auto has gone back and forth in terms of variation. Thinking about, okay, so this is not haircut. This is the same one he just lost with, I believe.
I like it more when he's using the air projectile so far. He has certainly gotten some good damage from the haircut, but you see just like the ability to change the neutral from this variation. I feel like that's a really, really big deal, and it really was coming into play a lot before. Plus, whip and flip by itself actually a stronger ender than you normally have, so you do get more damage from this variation. Oh no, wasn't able to get the last hit, but still, regardless, you can see exactly how that is a game changer.
Oh, what a bait! Beautiful by Hayate. What a read. Yeah, there's the whip and flip ender you were talking about. Hayate wakes up with the backdash, looking to harass yet again.
Oh, the air projectile working again. Yeah, neither one is like really like, you know, they're both kind of just started full speed here.
He's out of there.
I think he spun to try to get over a low projectile, but I mean, Full Auto didn't even try it. Oh, there we go. Early.
That high hitbox.
All right, now this is not going to quite be it. Nice. Gets maximum damage, even spinning that bar. But yeah, this is going to be really hard to avoid chip completely. And now match point for Full Auto. I do have to say the variation change looking like it's really working out.
This turn right there. Okay, he finds it. The break comes just right back up into the sky with Full Auto. Back to the range he wants to be at.
Yeah, and again, even getting more damage, you know, by having that whip and flip as a conversion from that jump kick that Full Auto's been so good with, just in general. Oh, and there it is again! Oh, maybe the fact that he wasn't using this variation just made Hayate feel a little bit safer to go to those options, and he's taking a little bit more time to readjust to it, but he doesn't have that much more time.
Looking for break. He actually did not have defensive bar, though.
Yeah, maybe thought he was going to pull back a little faster. Yeah, but, you know, still gets a good amount of damage from that, at least.
So rare do we see the gold, and when it comes out, it's at such an important time, as now we have final round for both. One of them makes it into the top 3. Full Auto starts in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's not a nice place to be, and a beautiful whip punish. Most characters can't do anything about that, even on whiffs. Goes for a little bit of a reset. Oh, now he's using that movement. All right, those grabs. The grabs have worked out really, really well so far in this set. All right, Ken tries to go, or blocking the overhead maybe neutral ducking, not sure. But the low touch screamer hitting. And that damage adds up a lot, especially when you're spinning bar on it, like Full Auto isn't with the full screen whip and flip. Who does that in situations like this? Oh, and hits the overhead. All this damage adding up. Hayate looking a little flustered by all these weird hits.
Taking risks all of a sudden, and almost all of them paid off. And now we got Hayate pressuring. Again, this is where he has made his... Oh, it is enough! Full Auto sends Hayate out of the tournament. The little flick of the hair, decapitation will move him forward.
I love the way that Full Auto played that last round. You could tell that Full Auto got a few hits like early on that were these weird little hits, and he's like, I know exactly what to do. And it was like just seeing the weakness, and he just went for every tilting thing possible. And the fact he jumped on Wake Up 3 times in a row at the end of that round, and we just didn't see Hayate catch it a single time. And it's just those things where it's like you just get overwhelmed by all these weird little choices, and you just can never get exactly the situation that you want, and you just got to be willing to give up some of the damage to keep that going. And it's exactly what Full Auto did. I mean, the full screen whip and flip, just going for the like cheeky little mix-ups, just jumping on Wake Up, disrespecting him, just knowing that exact final moment to do it and knowing that it was going to work. And on top of that, switching back to that variation just seemed like it just put in so much work. So great stuff to Full Auto, now guaranteeing himself a spot in the top 3 in the losers finals up against Jukes.
So even though he won that first game, he ends up taking the set, huh? It worked out. It worked out after all.
Yeah, I guess the key is just you can't play against Full Auto, and that's the only way to beat Full Auto today, because this has been, I think, one of the best runs that I've ever seen from Full Auto. This is looking incredible, but we do have one more break here before we move into this losers finals, so we got to give the player a little break. You know, Full Auto just played a really intense set, so we're going to get him ready, get him good to go. But again, losers finals, the match to see who our second player qualifying for the offline event later this year will be coming up right after this short break.
On his heels in danger zone. For Snake Eyes, get boot to the head again. Oh, that's an opportunity. Sloopy dancing away. Oh, the dash up throw.
Luffy has taken out Snake Eyes. He was worried about him going through that non-true block screen.
Yes.
Bonchan takes advantage of it there, but he might be able to chip him out. Oh!
Wow.
Save himself, but a forward dash in the throw. Not gonna work.
Oh!
So no more Soul Spiral into supers.
But Bonchan also out of meter. Oh no! Oh no!
That's it! Luffy has done it! He has taken Evolution 2014!
Worked out so consistently for him this entire day so far, but not that time. No pick up confirmed. Sonic Fox still in trouble. He has 4 bars. Goichi gets the super dash. That's going to be 2-1.
Now from Sonic, he's looking for the air-to-air, running him down on the ground. Goichi up backs the assist hits and the confirm with the long jump M. That should be the kill, and it looks like we're all tied up to a peak.
Oh, 49 seconds left. He dash up.
In the front.
He jumped into it. Goichi makes it. Grand Finals EVO 2019.
He clutches it out last year. He took the L this time. He's in Winterside Grand Finals. This is it. Drop him. Keep it simple. There it is. Goichi, your Dragon Ball Fighters 2019 EVO champion.
Welcome back. We are down to the top 3 players here at EVO 2021 for the North American side of the Mortal Kombat 11 top 8. And we've already got Ninja Killer waiting in the grand finals to see who his opponent will be between Full Auto and Jukes. And again, it's so important this match, not only to see who's going to make it back into the grand finals, but of course the top 2 will be qualifying for an offline event later, and we already have Ninja Killer qualified, but only one of these 2 players can make it. Jukes mostly through the winner's bracket, and Full Auto just making an absolutely incredible run throughout this top 8, defeating so many top players in a very solid fashion with that Sindel, as you can see right there.
You know what I want to point out is that I didn't mention this before. Full Auto lost in his first actual match in the tournament.
No
in
way.
Pools. I'm serious. There were a couple DQs before that, but the first actual match he played was versus Sunio, and he lost. And so since then, Full Auto has had just an absurdly strong losers run all the way through. Even before top 8, beating King Gambler, Spartan, Tweety, the Mighty Unjust, and then, of course, in this top 8, continuing through Big Daddy G, through Hijinks, through Hayate, and now it's Jukes, who will play against Full Auto in losers finals.
Ooh, yeah, that's, I mean, there's nothing scarier, in my opinion, than a player who is in in like a top 3, in a top 4, even in a top 8, who already the person who knocked them into losers is out of the tournament. They've already made it further than them because they are just this unknown force. They're this wild card, and Full Auto is that right now. And on top of that, just riding a huge wave of momentum. However, Jukes making it all the way to the winners finals and just barely in a real rough way to go down, you know, just missing an input and losing 3-2 to Ninja Killer, who is arguably the best player in the world, one of the best players in the world. I mean, it's really impossible to say, but he's definitely in the running for that. And so to be able to make it back up there, I know it's going to be huge to him. So this is going to be a real challenge between 2 different players that are really feeling a lot of very different emotions, I think.
Well, we already saw Full Auto take out Hijinks' Jackie. Did that 3-1. Pretty solidly so. Of course, Jukes is the one who sent Hijinks down to losers. That was 3-0. But nevertheless, Full Auto has already proven that he can take out Jackie players. We'll see if he can do it versus this one. As you said, Jukes versus Ninja Killer. Oh, so close. Super well played by Jukes. Very impressive. Here we go. Losers finals starting now.
Yeah, and honestly, if Jukes makes it back up there, I think it's going to be, again, an extremely close match that Jukes can easily take. And there's a lot of money on the line, like you said. I think it's $750 minimum for this match alone. So there's just basically just too much on the line for these players to mess up a single time. And sometimes a single time is all it takes. Now he's in the corner. Oh, but finds a hit out.
Oh, didn't continue it. Ah, a couple of errors for sure here from Full Auto. Jukes takes advantage.
Yep, again, back. Oh, I love that setup. That's one of my favorite setups with Jackie. Setting that up. Look at that. All that damage. You don't even need to mix your opponent up. Look, a grab just did almost like, I want to say like a 3rd life just because the damage over time on the ground. And yeah, oh, actually didn't set it up, but yeah, that was actually a good way to do it too.
Yeah, still would have been a really tough situation for Full Auto to get out of without taking enough damage.
Oh, nice roll out. Actually almost caught it with the jump punch. Maybe just a little bit slow on that, but that could have been huge damage. Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely some errors, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Oh, beautiful. Denying the plus frames.
Oh, strange hits all over the place. Nice blocking the low. I don't know if there's a good way for Jackie to punish that, but maybe forward 1-2 will reach, dash up forward 1-2. But look at this, the damage. And oh, nice, the air-to-air jump kick. It's like worked at like a 100% success rate.
Oh, what a fake.
And that's so scary. Don't get hit by anything. The back two, the double back two.
Full Auto trying to be real. No, found it. Goes low with a risk.
Oh, that grab was so far, and now just needs chip. That's gonna throw full screen. All right, how do you get in? How do you prevent Jackie from getting in the screen anti-air? And also not using the crushing blow on it, even though I'm not sure if it was a counter hit, but I think just knowing not to hold down the button because it would have killed anyway.
What a round right there. What a comeback by Full Auto.
Yeah, both of these players are in it to win it. I mean, they've been playing so well all day.
Slowly, Jukes pushes Full Auto back. Flawless block is sick.
I know, that's impressive. Oh, the dash under, that was so good. And the standing 3 to catch the jump out? This is a weird match. This is already a really weird match. This is exactly where Full Auto wants Jukes to be. Oh, well, just kidding.
Okay, keeping it unbreakawayable. Oh man, he's just really trying to snowball. What? Oh! Nothing in the sky?
That had to have been a mistake as well. I think it was an attempt maybe at like a, oh my gosh, that's enough. I think it might have been an attempt at something like a flawless block, and it ended up being like something really weird in the end. But regardless, it didn't work. Full Auto just playing patient enough and turning that whole thing around.
Yeah, how about that? Rather than losing game number 1, maybe he's just losing round number 1s nowadays, and then he'll just have control after that. I don't know. I continue to really like his style. His moments for choosing when to attack, when to sit back have just been really impressive. I mean, throughout this entire run. Again, his losers run has not just been throughout this top 8, but it's been the entire tournament.
Yeah, this is probably the best that I've ever seen Full Auto play. Full Auto, of course, has a lot of accolades under his belt, but this is just incredible. Just the level of like solid, I guess, matchup knowledge that he's been showing, because it's been a lot of what it is, you know, knowing these very specific situations and how to counter them with his own tools from Sindel. But he's been a Sindel loyalist for a very long time, so just eventually stuff like that, it just becomes second nature to you.
All right, Jukes back in here. Not to say that Jukes played badly. I liked some of the stuff that we had. There were some, you know, funky drops, maybe some weird scrambles in there for sure. But other than that, I continue to like a lot of what we're seeing out of Jukes as well.
Yeah, I mean, we had some weird scramble situations from both of these players,
Definitely.
but I think that's one thing that like Full Auto kind of turns on, is he can turn on this mode where like everybody needs to scramble, and that's I think how he even won the end of that last game against Hayate. But we'll see if it happens again. Oh no, again, I think it's the same input error that we saw before, where it's the jump 2 instead of the, or maybe it was jump 1? I don't know, it was weird regardless.
Waiting! Oh, I love that Full Auto has reactions like that. The air to air as he jumps back, and now he gets the pressure because of it. Or choose to move away, that's cool too.
That max range enhanced scream is so good, or amplified scream. Nobody else uses it like Full Auto does.
Oh man, what a turn to steal right there. That actually did so much damage versus her.
Oh, so much patience, maybe too much patience.
Yeah.
We're starting to get in that situation that we saw before. You know, this is full screen. Again, flawless blocking it. How about, again!
That's actually 4 times.
Not a mistake. Yeah, that is incredible, but yeah, that's going to be it. Avoiding all that chip, and I mean, that means a lot. Look how little life was left right there. Might have lost that trade at the end, but those flawless blocks, too good.
Fight.
Who practices that? Who has that kind of experience? I guess a top 3 EVO player here.
Right, yeah. He put some hours into this game, I think.
A few.
Little hop over the low scream, even. Jukes, I actually love Jukes' ranged game right now. This is so good. He's caged Full Auto.
Yeah, you have to stand on that or try to advance to me, which is not what you want to do at all. And look at that, Full Auto hasn't been even hit yet this game, and it's now at almost like 1 or 2/3 life. Gonna probably go down to half life before he gets hit.
Yeah, right back up onto the goop again. Look at this control. Jukes is absolutely playing Zoner Jackie right now.
Okay, first hit at 40%, and it was just a grab. Step 2. No, the thing is, you know, Zoner Jackie is truly a real thing that you can play, and that's how Sunio played back before he started playing more RoboCop, and we really don't see anybody try it, but when you can hold a life lead exactly like that, it works so well. The damage over time is unbelievably high.
That was actually one of my favorite rounds that we've seen from Jukes. That was such a cool round that he had so much control. He knew exactly where to stand. He had the short hop over the scream. He put himself at exactly the right spot on screen. He threatened to harass a little bit moving forward, and that made Full Auto back off, back onto the goop yet again. Super sick. Watching Jackie on offense can be fun for sure, but having that difference, as you said, she can play this style. Having that different play style be there as well, I think is really impressive.
Yeah, I think we actually saw the start of that playstyle too in the round previous, where he was slowly approaching and flawless blocking all those screams, right. And then like that's when it started, I think, and then it just carried over into that second round. And yeah, I agree. We were talking about how Full Auto can put you into these situations where you have to scramble, but if Jukes is playing at that perfect range and just controlling the spacing 100%, Full Auto cannot force you to play his game, and he just wasn't able to get anything started in that round. So it was a great adaptation, and it's hard to go from a high-flying, super quick, aggressive play style to playing a pseudo-zoner. But if you can do that, it just shows another level of depth of Jackie.
He's follows blocking the amplified low screams. Come on. Yo, the timing was actually amazing. It was so perfect. And calling out breakaway. This is Jukes on another level right now.
Oh yeah, this is the 100%, just like getting that confidence back. Again, just standing outside of the scream range, just perfectly, and now the normal scream range, everything. I mean, these could be some dash punch punishes even, but just trying to just hold on to this spacing is just working so well.
Full Auto's in trouble. This is... No offensive bar for Jukes, but he can still maintain control. Oh, Full Auto's out.
Oh yeah, but Full Auto playing so patient, maybe even a little bit too patient. All right,
look
trying to
at
catch
that character just walking. You see Jackie's purposeful walk? Look at that. Just slowly, not even that slowly chasing down. Punish, yeah, he actually let that go last time, but this time Jukes is there.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, just being able to walk forward, that is a huge thing. That's really the sign that Jackie is good, is when they can play the game and they're not 100% in their comfort zone. When you walk forward and almost play like a grappler, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, this is the worst place to get hit by this. Oh, everything in the corner into the crush.
What did you just do? 526 damage, did I see? Oh my. And then the false block again. I'm telling you, this is Jukes on another level.
Oh, it certainly looks like that. Going for the maximum meterless damage, that was nearly a perfect Juke. Something just awakened within Jukes. This is incredible. This is just too good. I mean, this is the level of a truly, one of the best in the world players at this point in time. Because it's not like Full Auto has changed what he's doing. It's just Jukes is just looking undefeatable. Just changed up his pacing completely. Just like on a dime, just taking full advantage of everything. Oh my, this is incredible.
Part of why I think that he thinks that he can play that kind of slow approach, walking on the ground, throwing goop sometimes, is that if he finds the right hit, it's 525 damage, right? Like, that's knowing that you don't need to rush, because when the hit comes, it is half of your opponent's life. And that means that you can play more slowly. You're not rushed in the same way. If you need to find a ton of different hits, then okay, you got to make things happen fast. It's not really the case for Jackie. Obviously, she can play fast. It's totally an option for her. But we're seeing Jukes sometimes use that style, and more often in this set, just have that very methodical approach, semi-zoning play style, and it's killing it right now.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see. I mean, not to say that this is over by any means, but if Jukes does manage to defeat Full Auto here, then I would love to see how this kind of style change translates into a rematch against Ninja Killer. I mean, that could change everything, especially when it was so close before. But now it's time to see if Full Auto can make the adaptation. We're already seeing the slow walk forward. We're still seeing the same exact style, throwing out the projectiles, doing tons of damage just with those alone. But it looks like Full Auto willing to throw out just more projectiles himself, saying, you gotta eventually jump at me, and then I'll try to punish you.
Backing off was Jukes, and then knew that she was going to approach. That was amazing stuff. This is extra damage. Yep, a little bit extra damage, not a lot.
Oh, but all the little bits add up, especially with
yeah.
Jackie. And Chip is such an option. Wow, that was a really heavy call-out, but it worked. And now, match point for Jukes. After Full Auto looked super in control at first, now this is the official reverse Full Auto if this works. But okay, manages to find a way out of the corner. Just kidding, nice side switch. Oh, but speaking of side switches.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of this offense. I don't want to see Full Auto give up on go back to the zoning game because that was not working out. Yeah, he continues to play. Doesn't want to give it that mid-range.
Oh, wow. Caught with the raw back, too. And now again with the hit. Yeah, this is working a lot better for Full Auto. You can see now he's jumping in. He's getting his space back. And all these little hits are just adding up to everything. And again, the anti-air scream. And there you go. You can see definitely it did say counter hit. So that was a saved crushing blow. Very, very smart. Not the first time we see that from today.
Chance. Whip grab into the forward 3 as Jukes is on the approach.
And he didn't even try to down 2 it. He tried to down 4 it just to be safer, and he still didn't work. That's how far she goes back. Actually, down 2 might have worked because it's Sindel, but look at this. The health bar just melting. Oh, but speaking of health, melting health bar, here we go. Doesn't have the space to charge the scream. Actually, doesn't get the full combo. That's an unfortunate drop. This is match point for Jukes. Just needs to get one more hit. The crushing blow's gonna be it. And that is going to be Jukes running it back to be 3-1 here against Full Auto after that very dominant Full Auto game. And now it's going to be the rematch in Grand Finals as Jukes has now guaranteed his spot at the offline EVO event later this year.
Yeah, that'll be the EVO Showcase Tournament of Champions. That's going to be in November in Las Vegas. The 2 from North America, we now know it will be Ninja Killa and it will be Jukes. That style from Jukes, I loved it. I thought that was great. At the very end, last game, I do feel we started to see changes from Full Auto. That would have been good, right? We saw more forward movement from him. We saw more challenges, a little bit more offense. It just was a little bit too late for that to work out. So shout outs to Full Auto. Again, that miraculous losers run, losing in literally the first match that he actually played in the tournament and then getting into top 3 at EVO after that is pretty remarkable. Ending up at 3rd place, $500 payout. But again, we now know that it will be in the grand finals. Ninja Killa versus Jukes. Sure, they've both guaranteed their spots in that EVO showcase, but we don't know which one's going to get the first place for $2,000 and which one's going to get the second place for $1,250. But we'll find out about that after this little break.
And it is time for the grand finals here at Evolution 2021 for North America for the Mortal Kombat 11 Top 8. Only 2 players remain. We have had some incredible matches today, but we are down to only 1 more, and that is going to be Jukes going up against Ninja Killa. Ninja Killa, of course, in the grand finals. But before we get to the grand finals, just one more thank you to Astro, of course, the official headset and mix amp of EVO. You can type !mark contest in the chat, and there's a giveaway for a headset or speaker tags, but only 2 players remain, and this is a rematch from a Game 5 that we saw in the winners finals.
That's right. That was an extremely close match. Definitely my favorite. I thought that was a blast to watch. And the fact that it ended up Ninja Killa, again, that spawn execution, genius. Jukes with the unfortunate drop, if you recall. Could have been a situation where he might have sent it to the final round. Didn't quite get there, so it was close. And the way that Jukes was just playing, I wouldn't put anything past him, that's for sure. Now, I saw some folks in the chat wondering if there's going to be offline EVO. Again, just to reiterate, in November, there will be the EVO 2021 showcase. That's going to have players from each of these online events. So for these top 8s, 2 players make it into that invitational, which means, again, we know that it will be these 2 who are going to be invited there. Ninja Killa back to Liu Kang for the grand finals. I was wondering what character you would go with. Would it be Spawn again? No, right now, at least he's starting out with Liu Kang. If you're not familiar with double elimination bracket styles, this is Jukes coming from loser's side. He will need to win the first 3 out of 5 set, and then will need to win another 3 out of 5 set, in which case he will win the tournament finally. So there's a long road ahead for him.
And just a little note here, you know, instead of seeing the buff, we're actually seeing the nunchuck stance, which is going to add a little bit more of a mix-up game here, and we're immediately seeing it. Of course, alongside the command grab, you can actually do the command grab out of the stance if you take them both together. A little bit of synergy there, but we'll see how these mix-ups go. Like you said, has to just win 1 set, as Jukes has to win 2.
I love that Jukes already buttons out of the not real stuff. Like, that's already a really good look.
Oh, that was such a high reward grab now to have the corner here. Liu Kang not going to be a character that has that many great ways out of the corner, although raw jump kick I guess works.
Yeah, the lazy boy jump out of the corner.
Whoa! That was very weird looking. That actually looked like it traded the weird way that he canceled that, but it was the right call. I guess he even comboed.
Not quite there. Jukes is a little bit too far away. God, Ninjakill's movement, you never know where he's going to be.
Yeah, I love the option to backdash after this sweep, too. It brings you really far back just naturally, so you can go even further back with his movement.
Looking for 3-3, nothing there.
Oh, this is...
Okay, they're both so tepid right now. Neither one wants to overcommit.
Oh, but yeah, immediately knowing like, hey, you're being patient, that means I get to command grab you. Which you don't actually honestly see that command grab used all that much as a raw command grab because it is very similar to a normal grab, but Ninjakill have been using it very well today.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right now, it feels like Ninjakill is really controlling the pace of the match. However, Jukes is doing a really good job at finding the little hits, kind of in a style that Jackie doesn't even want to play. And now look at this there, neck and neck. Although, one more command grab, or a meaty is gonna be it. Yeah, you have to cancel off the second hit of that string that you have to dial in 3 in a row. It's actually kind of complicated and weird, but Ninjakill knowing, of course, exactly how to do it. Not difficult for a player of that caliber. And that was very close, but, you know, this is just the start of the set, and the way that we saw these two play, I would, again, expect this to be very, very close.
It's funky because it was a little bit of a different style from Ninjakilla than I think I'm often accustomed to seeing him play. He had wake-up jump a few times, right? He just was out of there. Oftentimes, he'll just hang out, play very patiently on his own wake-up. That was not the case here. He also was very offensive, right? Taking risks, mixing up a lot in ways that he oftentimes doesn't bother with either. So that style, I think, was really interesting to see from him. Obviously, it worked. I don't know if it's going to work long-term. We already did see Jukes attack out of some fake strings. We already saw him, look for some certain distances. I wonder if that will be something he catches on to.
Yeah, I mean, that is one strength of Ninjakilla, is that he can switch styles very, very much over the course of a set, just in an instant, right? We saw that in actually his first set of the day where he was playing very zoning-based and suddenly started rushing down. So we'll see if, that's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I've got a lot of games to work with. I can really just kind of confuse you at the start and make you think that anything can happen, and it's just this auto-conditioning. But, hey, if it works, and it did, in fact, work. But we'll see if he continues to play that way. Grab?
A grab, but then, hard. Oh, ooh, both cases a little funky.
Yeah, there's been a lot of funky moments so far, kind of just in general, and look at that, so many command grabs. I can't believe it. I mean, this is one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, and using it as the armor breaker. This is just like so much respect on the side of Jukes against Ninjakilla, because how can you possibly not respect Ninjakilla? But then you pay for it. You eat like 4 command grabs in a game, and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't a grappler.
Yeah. Okay, Ninjakilla tanks the whole combo. Immediately takes his turn. Just no hesitation.
That was a good conversion. Weird conversion. Not one you expect, but the hit stun on just the back 1-2, I guess, of that string is a lot. However, still doesn't have the life lead.
God, the mix-ups, they're here. Not a lot of damage just while he waited for it.
This is an unbelievable amount of command grabs. This is just so many. I don't think I've ever seen a Liu Kang hit this many command grabs, and he's hitting it in so many situations. I mean, it is a guaranteed conversion, and of course when it gets that armor breaker, it's that much scarier. And this was such a close match the first time with the spawn, but this is looking like the Liu Kang is maybe a better answer, and Ninjakilla threatening to take the EVO Grand Finals here 3-0 if things continue as they've been.
Yeah, very interesting that, as you say, when they played in Winter's Side, it was really close. What was that about? Like, why was it the spawn? I mean, I had a blast watching the spawn, but the Liu Kang's killing it, and it seems it's not just Liu Kang has a lot of good options. Cool. It's specifically Ninjakilla versus Jukes, the humans, the two people these decisions that Ninja Killer is making are absolutely tailored to the person he's playing against, and again, absolutely killing it.
Well, the way that I see it is there's this level of like respect that Jukes is having right now for the fact that it is Ninja Killer playing Liu Kang, but I think that he needs to disrespect him more because he's sitting there and just blocking and just waiting. And there we go, that wake up jump, you know, kind of got out of the situation, but he's sitting there waiting for so long that eventually this damage is adding up. We haven't seen the big damage, we haven't seen the crushing blows, and so, you know, the disrespectful options can get so much reward for Jackie. We're just not seeing that, but here we go. This is a good start.
Finally out of there. Ooh, that's both bars. Ninja Killer takes the turn, blows up the armor.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breakaways that are not in the best spots here. I mean, you don't get a crushing blow for catching that armor breaker, but it's still like pretty big waste of defensive bar rather than using it on wake up and saving it for flawless blocks.
Oh, that's killer. Oh my god. Okay, finally.
Yeah, that's good. And there we go. Like I said, the risk reward is really honestly bad on a lot of these options Ninja Killer is doing, but he's just so in Jukes' head that it's working overall. And now we are on tournament point here for Ninja Killer. Just needs one more round, and this might be a clean sweep of this grand finals.
Speed running it. Here's Jukes, the hick and from comes. And Ninja Killer has actually just sat through these combos more than once. Maybe not here? Oh, I already spent the roll, never mind.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about the roll. Oh, there we go, nice side switch. Another huge advantage of the command grab. Oh, but here's the pressure, no flawless block on it, and that's gonna be a round. Jukes, I mean, obviously needed that round, but you know, the fact that he was able to take that without taking that much damage, big deal.
He's so worried about flawless blocks from Ninja Killer.
Oh no, that's a crushing blow. That's gonna be the flying kick. Oh,
okay,
nice hit.
Yeah, I like that. We have seen him have success if he's waking up with things like back two or jump or whatever it is, things that aren't just about respect.
Yeah, the respect is when the command grabs start, but nice, there we go, now throwing it in again, but oh my gosh, the read, the duck, and now just one more solid hit. Okay, after this grab, this needs to be a huge comeback from Jukes. Oh, that's a great start, it's a great start. Oh,
he's in there, he's absolutely fatal, he's got fatal.
That's it, I think. I'm very confident that is gonna be enough to kill. Hold on, wait, I could be wrong. This is so scaled, right? This is so scaled. Oh, he's alive, but damage over time on the ground. Can he set it up? Oh,
he's
the
so concerned. He's so worried. What? It was Jukes. It was Jukes. Jukes is alive.
Oh my god, the trade! I can't believe that wasn't a double KO, but Jukes, literally as close as you can get to not surviving there, manages to pull off the win, and that might be the most important, like, single health in the game, right? This is a huge start to a huge comeback. I mean, that was an amazing combo, took full advantage of that. The leap was a very risky choice, but it paid off, so all of that. Jukes is, I think, now back in this, but it's a tough road ahead.
We will see. Yeah, he obviously took the game, and we saw him have success, again, with things on Wake Up that weren't just about him standing there. Or ideas not just on his own Wake Up, but about how to pressure or how to move that weren't just about, like, this guy can do anything. He can false block everything. He has the absolute counter to everything, right? It's that mindset. It's kind of true, but also he's not actually a machine. He is in fact a human, and so you can, in some cases at least, like, play around his expectations. And in that game, we did see Jukes have success doing that. Here we go, right back into it. Still, though, only one game away for Ninja Killer to take EVO 2021 NA.
Oh, and we're seeing already, you know, some more fireballs. I like this. It's a different change in pace. And that is one thing, you know, we were talking about for the very start of the set is that Ninja Killer can change pace very, very quickly. And look at this. The zoning working really well so far.
Totally different player all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And perfectly calling out the breakaway. No more defensive bar. And only, oh well, okay, now back to 2 offensive bars. But this is, okay, a good first throw. Gotta readapt very quickly. You literally only have 1 game, which means you basically have 0 games to adapt.
Try to get there in time, not quite. Ninja Killer gains the corner for himself. Oh! Okay, it's match point. It's tournament point for Ninja Killer.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing worse than being flawless blocked in your wake up 3, and it was the first wake up in literally the entire tournament, I think, from Jukes, and it was flawless block punished by Ninja Killer. You know, you said he's not a robot. You might be wrong. I might have to disagree with you there, but well, we'll see. Jukes has the pressure now.
Okay, we've had a couple of delayed grabs, and they have actually worked. Jukes here again.
Well, I like the delayed 4-3. It's trying to bait a micro duck, basically. Oh, gets the poke out.
Oh, chance. Yes. Ninja Killer holds on to the defensive bar.
Oh, I love that setup. Going for the 2 jabs for the maximum knockdown time.
He's dead. He's gonna kill himself. Oh no! Okay, he died. Wow.
Okay. That was absolutely genius by Ninja Killer, spinning all that bar right there, but it still was hilarious that it lasted that long. But oh no, what a way to start. This is still tournament point. Oh, good duck, great duck, huge! There is breakaway. He's gonna break away, but he's still taking so much damage, and he's gotta take the pressure in the corner over the goop.
Jukes did great damage, that even damage over time. Chance. He was almost there. Instead, it's Ninja Killer who gets the big opportunity, cashes out on the crushing blow. He's close.
Oh, what? The command grab catching from so far away. That was like footsie's range, but what a good read. He makes it, and Ninja Killer with the friendship is going to be your North American EVO 20.